You know what I'm saying? All right, there we go. All right, we're back. All right, so somebody wants to play. Wait, it's gonna start in like 4 minutes. Should we just not?
No, let's just wait. Ooh, yo, Maximilian dude's hosting it too.
Hell yeah! I mean, everyone's gonna be hosting it. Are you kidding me? I'm not special. Let's get it up. Let's pull it up. Where is it? Iron Galaxy. Where is it? Iron Galaxy.
10 minutes. 10 minutes.
I'm gonna leave the VSU, but I'll be BRB.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave the VSU, but I'll be BRB.
Okay. Why do I hear myself? Hold on. Why do I hear myself? Hold on.
Hey, Mike, what's up?
Hold on 1 second. I got 15 tabs. Who said that?
That was Aberus. Long time no see, buddy.
Oh, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's been a minute, man. You know, just trying to keep these two little gremlins of mine alive.
Hell yeah. Living is cool. All right, let's get this set up. All right, so
Living
everyone
is
sees this, or
cringe, actually.
living is cringe? Oh, come on, bro. It's not that bad sometimes. I guess.
Son, I gotta live until they're 18, and then I can die that way.
At least 21, so you can have a brewski with the young one. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, it's Sam Dizzles.
Yo.
What's up, Sam? All right, so we said the rule that you thought of earlier, Sam, or you guys discussed. If whenever they're talking, like Keats and the gang, let's try to all like be respectful and like let them.
Yeah,
Streaming KI.
Yeah, just
thanks.
listen to the patch. But if there's like a character pop off moment, keep it brief.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we can react for humans, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm assuming you're streaming it through the Discord channel, yeah?
What do you mean?
Yeah, you're streaming KI
Oh, okay. Let me change it. My bad.
in Discord.
I'm gonna stream the stream, so you guys can watch it like 1-to-1. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ooh, this song. This is Alex V. Does Alex V makes this song?
No, this is this is the second part of the Herald of Gargos soundtrack.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's like
wow.
the idle.
I've never gotten this far.
When you just sit there and don't do anything
Yeah,
for like a minute, that plays.
When you just sit at the end of the song and you wait like for the next minute, this is what plays.
What did I think it was Alex V? Because obviously, right? Let's be real here.
It's the same vibe.
Yeah, he's just a god at doing this. Oh
But
my
didn't
god.
he help write one of the songs with Mick Gordon?
I don't
No.
know. I don't think so.
No, he did a
you're
remix.
Thinking,
Yeah.
You're thinking of Little V.
Yeah.
Little V.
He did.
Yeah, he did
Cinders.
Cinders. Yes.
Yeah.
Guys.
He did Thunder themed cover too, like a
Yeah, he did.
cover.
Yeah.
So
Nasty.
good.
What's up, Flembot? All right, so Flembot, there's probably a couple NRS guys in here. So if you guys are from NRS, what's going on with right now is obviously we're gonna watch party of some of the best players in the world in the chat, in our call, and some in the chat. We've been playing this game for 10 years. Okay, this is literally the 10th anniversary right now of this game, and they decided to drop a patch, a big update for this game after 10 years of this game existing, and we're all here to watch it, react, cry, maybe laugh, maybe poo, come pee, a little bit of that. Depends on how we
Yeah.
feel, you know. But the point is, we're all here to celebrate this game, despite the changes. I'm gonna play this game for 10 years again. I don't care. I love this game. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure everyone here feels the same way about this game. This game changed our lives, literally changed my life. And I mean, like, everyone says things about like changing their life. No, this game literally brought me people I've never met, made me traveled. I've never thought I'd travel ever. I traveled. I've had crushing defeats and popping off like good wins and like hot ups and downs. I'm sure everyone here has a story to tell. So we're all trying to enjoy this and anticipate what's happening. I know there's a lot of people who kind of want these insane like fucking changes and shit. I don't care if they don't even change the game hardly or just fix the lobbies and fix like, if they just don't update the game at all and just fix the lobbies and like updated the online a little bit, that'd be good enough for me. But they said it's gonna be a big change. So I mean, how do you feel about this, guys? I mean, what do you guys have to say about it?
I'm excited.
Yeah, it's big.
I got some hopes. I think I'm being reasonable. You know, little things. Fix the in-game frame data. Like
Oh yeah, and
After they
lockdown.
stopped updating the game, I worked with a bunch of other people to document all of the frame data in the game, and it's shockingly inaccurate in game. There's like I would say 70% of it's correct. So one of that's one of my little hopes. I got big hopes, but I don't want to talk about them. I don't want to jinx it.
Yeah, I'm feeling that way too. I guess if I could just like say one big hope thing that it's like out of like left field and people obviously want this too. I want online training, like
Ooh,
more
that's
than
a big one.
More
That's
than
one of my big
anything,
ones.
more than anything else, I really want to. I think that it would help the games like scene a lot because
would help the community.
yeah, we play the game a lot. We play the game hundreds of games a day. That's cool. That helps a lot. But like getting to break something down without a time limit and having infinite meter, because this game has a lot going on, and this is one of the few games where online training would change the way we learn too. Because like
Yeah,
it's just
absolutely.
so much to share and not enough time to do it per round. This game has so much, you know. So online training would be awesome for content too, because you know I used to do breakdowns with the community. Like I would have someone come with me, and we would break down a character, and that was just like so hard.
Yeah, just running out of time in each match.
Wait, hold on. Build meter. Like, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did it though. We fucking did what we could. You know?
Yeah, just block
You guys
these
did a
real
great
quick. Yo.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Well, it was really cool to see them mention all like the cool figures in the community that helped push this patch after 10 years.
Yeah.
Like,
We all just added Keats on Twitter until he finally responded. You want Rash nerfed? Okay.
Yeah. And here's the thing too. Like, I don't care if they acknowledge anyone. I mean, obviously, we can acknowledge him here now. We got like Trash Baby Nikki, of course.
Nikki made a
Ovis
big-
obviously
big
bringing
impact.
his whole computer to events, like literally bringing an entire computer set up to events that no other event wants to do. So thanks to Ovis, thank you for that. Me and Frank talk about it all the time, by the way. Who else? Of course, Pharaoh Yami, his tournaments when he did them. Quince, Rotendo, Alex V, obviously.
That's me.
Brandon Alexander, of course, my 3v3 crew. You know, you got Charbot Calypso, we got Venom Buster, Keith, Fireliga. Who are we missing? Lumia, Balls Deep helped out a lot of tournaments too. Offline events brought people KI when they couldn't get it as well.
Trash Baby.
Trash Baby runs weeklies
to this
every
day.
week. Every
Yeah.
week, 2 a week. 2.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
Added
twice
the
a week
rookies
now,
now.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
multiple.
Sometimes 3.
Carrying.
Sometimes they carry. Like sometimes they'll be like, here's a third monthly. Just here, take it. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Get shit on. Like, oh wow, damn. Who else are we missing?
Cool.
Tyler, of course. Venom Buster also not just 3v3 stuff, but like ran like multiple tournaments, the Reversal Tour, makes art for people. Come on, I know we're Aphex with the Revival
Apex
series.
Legends.
Yeah.
Flash with his streams all the time.
Flash
Yeah.
always pushing the game and encouraging people, literally every
Yeah.
day. Base training people, teaching me, teaching my friends, and helping me.
Mhm.
Base has a lot of content on YouTube as well. Oh man. Damien tried running tournaments at one point, and I really want him to have Shadow Lords online lobbies.
Nate, we gotta give props to
That'd
Nate for
be-
all of his Twitter
Hell
clips.
Ooh,
For
Crazy
all
Skate
his
Nate,
streams.
definitely a streamer
Crazy Skate Nate's
and
a god, bro.
information. He's an information god too.
Mhm.
Push
Dropping
Jago and Orchid to their limits.
literally.
Mhm.
For sure.
One more. I feel like we're missing someone. Huh?
There's a lot of names. I mean, we can't possibly hit them all, but
Oh,
I
yeah,
think we
you?
hit most of them.
She's trying to get your own. All right, Raquel said her.
BRB.
True.
If you did do
Big
awesome.
fan. Big fan.
Yeah, for sure, 100%. Raquel. I want to get it done before the timer runs out. I'm trying to think of. I think we're missing someone.
I just
That
realized I was
chime in if
muted
you-
by accident, but I'm here.
If you know someone we didn't name, chime in, please.
Yeah, please, someone chime in for the community. Myself, hey, pop off, King, Frodo, Frodo for sure. He came in and stepped up whenever certain elements needed to be done, and he wanted to help out back before he was even part of the 3v3 crew, and he's just been proving himself and getting better every time we did an event. Firelaga, I think I said that already, but he's not just like a help with the events, but he also does a lot of audio stuff for people and stuff like that.
I got one. Veneno Raccoon.
Yeah,
Veneno
Veneno,
Raccoon.
another encouraging
great.
player.
Mm.
Oh, Yeah, I'm gonna just say, yeah, anyone who played in these events too, like Oreo here and people who Zipstar, commentary god, Mikey,
yeah.
Mikey.
Oh, true.
Oh, Mikey's the goat.
Yeah,
bro.
we gotta give him the love too. Anyone who played these events that are for a 10-year-old game, even if you just tried it once and you had a hard time, hey, thanks. You know, so
Yeah.
8
man,
seconds.
Absolutely.
So yeah,
Wheels
So Stolly-
FGC.
nah, we forget Wheels, forget him. Fuck that guy.
Oh yeah, true. My bad.
Oh, shit,
My
here we
bad.
go.
Sorry.
Here we go, guys. 10 years. Woo! Keats.
Welcome, everybody.
So handsome.
I'm James Goddard.
My God.
I'm
Let me turn it up.
over here on Xbox, and I'd like to introduce you to Adam Hart, our lead combat designer from Iron Galaxy.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for coming to the show. We've been hyping it all week. I'm really excited to finally get to show you guys all the balance changes we've been cooking up. And I want to remind you all that restreaming and reacting to today's stream is absolutely encouraged. And if you make one of those streams, please turn the face cam on. We love to see your
Okay, I'll
emotions.
turn my face cam on.
And send us a link
Yes,
afterwards.
Daddy.
I'm
Hell
sure
yeah.
a lot of people on the
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So
Where's my
today
camera?
is the
Mate,
10th
ready for this? Hold
anniversary
up.
of the release of Killer Instinct.
I don't have it
in
on.
2013 with the launch of
10-year
Xbox
anniversary.
One. We want to take a moment to thank all the developers who made the original version possible. Double
Where's camera?
Helix, all the people at Xbox, of course,
Yo,
Iron
Double
Galaxy.
Helix.
All the developers,
Is that
all
a
the
is that a
developers who
different
spent
color
time after
scheme
that. There's
on
been a ton
Killer
of people in the
Instinct?
background
It
who worked
is.
on the game in different
I'm
projects.
scared. Shut the
And
fuck up.
also, you guys, all the streamers, all the influencers, all the players,
Where's that
all
fucking
the tournament
camera?
organizers. You
Dude,
guys,
it's
are the
fucking
reason why
buffering
we're
for me. I don't.
I mean, this game was a major milestone for me in a lot of ways in my life.
is
But you know, I
breaking.
remember just that first time we were at E3 demoing Dive Kick, and the Double Helix guys were there demoing KI 2013 for the very first time. And
Oh,
me and
yeah.
Maximilian got to go get a little bit of private time on the build, just me and him for an hour or so while we both had a break because we were both pretty busy. I swear that game changed both of us. Just everything about it, the way it just felt like so, you know, responsive. And
Tyler, what's the
crisp
camera
in a
called
way that
again?
A lot of the games coming out at the time didn't. The
Oh, fuck,
combo
I had
breaker
no idea,
system,
dude.
instead of feeling
Oh,
like
video
dumb
capture.
or tacked on, felt like just this really revolutionary core part of the game that added a gambling aspect that was just way too addictive. Been chasing that high ever since, and obviously getting, you know, a year or so later a chance to actually work on the game was, you know, obviously a huge milestone in my life. So very, very excited to get to revisit this with you, James.
Yeah, me too. I mean, KI goes so far back, you know, for me. I mean, when I first heard rumors we might do KI inside of Microsoft, I had just joined. And I just joined to work on Rise Son of Rome, and I was figuring, well, they asked me to interview it. Would it be KI or Rise Son of Rome? And it was Rise Son of Rome. And then someone came by and said, do you know the people over at Double Helix? I'm like, actually, I do.
Most of them.
We worked together
Yeah.
way back on a whole bunch of stuff. And so, you know, when they started working on it, it was just awesome. And, you know, over time, I just got to
My legs are
jam
shaking.
with them and we got to work together. I mean,
I'm so nervous.
I'm serious.
Look at the long road we've been on.
I
I'm
know.
trembling.
It's
There's
such a long
been
one.
so many things.
I'm
that
twirling
we've
my beer
done
here.
that is wild, cutting edge, crazy, but you know,
Okay.
that's why we're here.
Absolutely. So I think other than balance today, we are gonna get a small glimpse at some of the new UI updates. Is that true, James?
No way.
Yes.
UI
we
updates.
are. And,
Stop.
I asked for
let's
it.
take a look at this thing right here.
Nice.
Right.
Is this our new color scheme for this version of the game?
But why?
That
Yeah,
is
you know,
so
every
We've reached a
major
gold edition.
season
Yeah, it's
or
KI
Like
Gold.
Killer Instinct
KI
Plus.
Gold now.
Killer Instinct
Yeah.
Gold?
And with this one,
Okay.
we wanted to give
Wow.
a nod back to
That's
KI
cool.
Gold on N64. It's not exactly
Yeah.
verbatim, but it's definitely inspired by. And so this is, you know, part of what we're doing.
Yeah, if you bring the camera back to me, I actually had this in my living room. My own cartridge
Hey, I
for
have
KI
that
Gold,
cart.
so you can see how
Hey,
well
I
the
got
colors
that too.
match up kind of with this camera. So yeah,
There is a purple and gold in there somewhere.
yeah, exactly. It's pretty awesome.
Shit.
All right, so before we get started
I'm
going any
fucking
farther
nervous.
with this stream, I want to introduce today's very special guest. He was sitting
It's a
right
jam?
beside me and Isaac when we did the live season 3 rebounds. from
I
the
was
CGI
there.
Cup.
It's a jam.
And he is one of the most insightful and strong people in the fighting game community. He's really good at kind of seeing the big picture and breaking it down in a way that a lot of others aren't. So, you know, one of my favorite people to talk to about fighting games. So happy he was able to join us today. Stayjam, welcome.
What's up? Howdy,
Yo!
gamers. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's chilling.
Woo!
Everything's so purple and gold and pretty, I gotta say. I was
Sajim.
lucky enough to take a little look at it in the game, and boy, you guys did a great job. The new visuals, like aesthetic of the game, is incredibly nice. It's super cool.
Yeah, players will get to see that in just a little bit.
So there are new art
Yeah,
assets.
that's awesome.
Nice.
Hey, Sajam,
I'm calling it
tell us a
now.
little
Mike
bit about
Devil's
your
gonna
history
cry.
with Killer Instinct.
Shut up, bitch.
Calling it now. Why is it not playing?
Because I'm sure a lot of people have this. Like when they were younger and they're interested in fighting games.
No, I'm
they thought
not.
They were so cool, and they're like, "Hey, parents, can underage me go fly to this video game tournament?" And they're like, "No, absolutely not." So then I like right when I got out of high school and I like had some wiggle room to like go do things myself. KI came out, so it was like the perfect timing where I was interested in fighting games. And then Killer Instinct came out in like 2013 when I had started to travel and do some more stuff. So it was like the perfect time for me to play the game, and I loved it. It's like the first competitive game that I was interested in traveling around for and doing stuff with at the time. And it was just like it struck the perfect time. And it's a game I'm always happy to come back and play. Like I feel like I always come back at least once or twice a year and do like a KI session. And this update it makes me really excited. It's like there's so many cool things happening for fighting games right now. And so the idea of like KI being a game on the docket in 2023/2024 that you're like, oh yeah, there's some new KI stuff. Let me go play some KI is a really strange but awesome feeling, I think.
Surprise!
Yeah.
Yeah, and this stream, it's not going to be quite the same amount of changes as that infamous and famous stream that we did back at KI Cup 2013. Do you want to say anything about that, Adam? Because that was a groundbreaker.
Yeah, I mean that's one of my core memories that forms me as a person at this point. Back then I had pitched to James the timing for the season 3 rebalance being done and the timing of KI Cup that year are like the stars are aligning. Can we go reveal this in front of a live studio audience and risk our lives? And James is just like, what would you say, James?
Well, I was maybe a bit more conservative back then. I was like, we're going to do what? I mean,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, that's crazy. No one does that. And that became our mantra. No one does that.
Yeah.
So we did. And you guys killed it. I mean, again, what was it, like 2.5 hours or more?
Yeah, we got about 2 hours worth of content today too.
Yeah, okay, it's darn close. It's darn close.
2 hours?
But yeah,
What?
one of the things
What
I
the
definitely
fuck
love
are we
about
gonna
how
get?
that goes is, we all
Yeah,
have
what the
interaction with
fuck?
the community, and we
2 hours
we
is
love talking
perfect.
about the changes and why we do the changes, and really, frankly, I don't think anybody does that better than your team. So I'm really excited to get into this. So actually, with that in mind, we have a lot to cover today. So
Get into it, baby.
yeah, let's
Let's go.
we're gonna go
Get
through
on
all the
with it.
balance
Yeah,
changes
for real.
live. Sajam has not seen any of this, so you'll
No.
get his
He's probably gonna react
live reaction
like a lot.
and he'll be able to ask questions as Adam goes through the demo. Well, he got to poke around the build. He hasn't been presented any of this information. So at the end, we'll have a couple more updates for you from our friends at 86, by the way, which I am wearing the freshly
Woo!
refreshed
Updates
blue
are
Glacier
nice.
shirt. And there's something cool that's new coming from 86 at the end that we'll show you.
A hoodie?
And then we're going to do the full patch load.
Yo.
We'll upload the full patch loads,
New
patch
keychains?
notes online. So until then, you'll just have to follow along with Adam and Sajam and
Adam.
what's changing.
That's right. James, let me ask you a question. When's this update going to drop and what's it called?
Uh-oh.
Well,
It's called
it
something?
is called Killer Instinct Anniversary Edition. So
Okay.
it will include everything you're going to see here today. All that is in final testing right now, and we'll announce a release date as soon as possible. So stay tuned to KI socials for that announcement.
Okay. It's coming up
And then
sometime.
I want to talk really quick about additions.
Okay.
Here. So you're seeing on screen is something very cool.
Oh, Steam
We're
is
very
free to
excited about
play.
this. If you think about
Wow.
the journey
Oh.
of KI, we went from season 1 to season 2
Finally.
to season 3 to season
Getting even
3.5.
cheaper.
We had a la carte characters. We had different editions. We have like 8 different editions over the years. We have
Steam
an
has a
Definitive
free-to-play version.
edition. And
No, they're doing it.
Yeah.
Finally.
When we got the opportunity to,
They're doing it. They're merging it.
KI into
That's
all
really
new
good.
technology.
You think they're merging the
on
like the ranked and
Xbox
stuff?
side.
Hold on,
Yeah.
we're talking about
And, all the new development kit, new services
gotta
with
be it.
PlayFab. We want to
hope so.
streamline things because this is all
Streamline.
those a la carte offers are part of what makes things challenging. And when we get support reports of people missing content, so we're streamlining everything. And what you're seeing here is with the release of Anniversary Edition, we'll have the free to play KI base game that's always been there, and one edition, which is KI Anniversary Edition. And so let's talk about the free-to-play game. That's been improved. All 29 characters on the roster are now rotating weekly instead of bi-weekly, and it used to only be 21 of them. So it's all of them.
Cool.
A couple more things we've done in there that are nice that we'll talk about later. And then Anniversary Edition will be the premium upgrade with all 29 fighters, all the premium content we ever did, including holiday accessories, which some of you may have missed. They'll just be unlocked now.
Nice.
Oh,
We have
okay,
the
that's
double
awesome.
XP booster and
good.
you know
That's good.
anything else in there that I'm not covering right now. You know, there'll also be KI Gold, of course, which will help you with your progression shortcuts. That's just for in-game content like skins and accessories and colors that you unlock as you level your characters up. So everything premium is unlocked in this edition.
Perfect.
So let's talk about what that means for some existing editions like Definitive.
Okay.
So
No.
Definitive Edition, and along with a lot of those other a la carte offers I mentioned, they're being retired after this. So it'll just be the base game and KI Anniversary Edition. So what that means, though, is there's M-rated content in the KI Definitive Edition that I think is important to talk about. That's just the KI Classics. The KI we know and love is a teen-rated game. KI Classics are M-rated, and so those are standalone apps. So when we retire this, KI Definitive Edition is being retired, and so are the classics for now. We'll figure out what to do with them later. And so anybody who already owns Killer Instinct Definitive Edition, don't worry, all of your content is still there. It's always in your library. You can go download your classics. You can download the Definitive Edition app. These are the only things that are being retired that are not going to be available anymore after this. If you ever own just one character, if you ever own like Season 2 Ultra Edition, all that's still in your library. Nothing's going away. So I just want to reassure everybody that this is just a streamlining and everything you had is still there.
Okay.
I think that is it for that one.
Okay.
Cool. So basically, if I bought any version of this game before, I'm just going to get that upgrade.
Yes.
Awesome.
Well, yes. Well, sorry. If you have Definitive Edition, right? You have Definitive Edition.
What about the Steam
and
version,
If
James?
and anything else you had is still in your library, and you can still
got it.
Cool. Yeah. Well, let's talk about Steam really fast, and then we'll move on
I
to
think the Steam
the
version
fun stuff
is
of the balance.
definitive.
So,
It
so
is.
Steam.
It's not called that.
Steam is actually
Yeah.
getting unified with
Here we
the other
go.
three
He's explaining it.
two editions, in the sense that it now has a free to play. Steam was purchase only before, so if you ever had friends who were like, "Well, I'm not sure," and they didn't have access to Xbox or the Win 10 version of KI, now they can just play the free to play version on Steam. We've introduced that, and it's the same exact deal. 2 editions, everything's streamlined. Owners of the current Steam edition, it's an automatic update to Anniversary Edition, just like Definitive Edition on Xbox and PC. So yeah, I think that is all the business that I needed to cover for editions. Let's get to the balance.
All right. Thanks a ton, James. It's a lot of info. We'll definitely touch on it again at the end of the stream. Steve, you ready to do this thing?
Yeah. Let's take a looky. I'm so excited. I
Holograms
haven't
in
seen
chat.
anything, and
Hello.
I'm roaring. I'm ready to go. It was a mutual understanding that I was like, hey, I don't want to know any, and you were like, you don't get to know anything, and I was like,
Yeah.
all right. We shook hands on it, and I was like, cool. I get to see everything live with everybody else, so I'm really excited to see it.
Yeah, the only thing I told him was there's 10 characters that didn't get any changes, and that he could play with those and those only. So
Yeah, so we made sure that you and I could play online if need
Yes.
be, and we played characters that had no changes, which is
exactly.
fun. And then I closed the app, and then I waited. I waited
Okay,
for
so there are
today
some
so that I
changes.
could see
That's
all
fine.
the changes. So yeah, I'm excited to see it.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna navigate to the character select screen here.
Okay.
In
I'm
practice
nervous.
mode, just so you can see this all new character select screen.
Oh,
The
Portraits?
portraits have been completely redone. They look
Whoa.
You can see the whole color
dear.
scheme is here.
Oh my god.
What the
Full
fuck?
giant
Look at
gas
Shadow
spots are now
Jago.
gone,
Shadow
so-
Jago looks
Whoa.
insane.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, and I don't know how much
Holy
you're gonna cover about
shit.
all the changes.
Oh
It's
my
very
god.
noticeable if you boot
Look
up
at
the
eyeball.
Hisako
Look at
looks
shit
cool.
Hisako.
I know! Just
The
looking
game
up.
now versus before, it's very clear. Yeah.
There's been a lot of
Kim's
shit.
like trying to signal me for something, but
Yo, look at
It's
Spinal.
really clean,
Look at
crisp
Eagle.
if you play it.
God.
yeah, Eagle looks
Yeah.
crazy,
This game is 10 years
dude.
old.
Listen, come. You said it.
Conrad's fucking
Yeah.
No one-
So,
Hell yeah.
Cinder for real. Look at
Cinder.
Cinder's
Cinder's
especially if
awesome,
you're in
dude.
the year of
Yeah.
2023 or 2024
They
playing
all
Killer
look
Instinct.
so
Which is very cool.
cool.
Spinal looks
I'm
like
gonna
wow.
generate the
Clapping
script
now.
here.
I was gonna say.
Yeah,
so-
Spinal and
look
Fulgor
at
look
that?
crazy.
Back then,
Oh
like,
yeah. Oh,
2013,
Idol.
before
Okay, I
everybody
can't
was
pass up
focused
on Idol.
that
Idol
stuff,
looks
so-
sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Getting chills.
Before we get going, I want to let people know that this stream is going to have
Richter's
an after
eyes
party
are throwing me the
on
fuck
Say
off.
James' channel.
I made it,
So he'll
Devil,
have
by the
access
way.
to the beta
Thank you,
version
son.
of
There's
gonna be an
this
after
build,
party.
and he'll be able to test stuff out in training.
I
mode.
will
I'm doing
not be able to
okay.
get into
I'll
that,
I'll talk about it
unfortunately.
later.
Steve, if you need someone to beat up during your stream, I will stop by and donate my out of practice hands.
Why this picture? I know what this is from.
What's on that spoon? Is that rice?
That's like rice,
Yeah,
yeah.
we had a-
Like
we
fried
had a more
rice.
mundane choice, but that's the right one to go with.
No, yeah.
Okay, come on, let's
That's
go,
how
bro.
I'm over there cooking. That's how I look when I'm what's it called? When I'm testing stuff. So yeah, I'll be there. I'll take questions, and then yeah, we can do some gaming as well. But I'm not gonna like sit there and be like testing super extensively every little detail, but we'll go over. You know, I want to do like broad strokes of a lot of characters.
Oh,
Yeah, the full
James
patch
Goddard's
will
in
be
chat.
out
It says
there.
Xbox, PC,
As
and
we
Steam
do.
exhibition and lobbies are
Alright,
still the
so-
same.
Oh, okay.
No.
That's
I have
that
a long
sucks.
spiel to go through at the start.
It's okay though.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, here we go.
I'm a little upset about
Don't
that.
freak out, everybody.
Steve, feel free to interrupt me at any time during any
Well,
part
it
of
doesn't
the
mean they won't change
presentation,
it later.
question or comment. Let's have some fun, keep it conversational. And before I read the introduction to the patch notes, I just need to run to my basement laboratory to grab my lab coat, which I forgot. So I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Damn, he went downstairs.
Alright,
Whoa.
That's
I had no idea
dangerous.
the door to your basement was underneath your chair.
That's dangerous. He could
Where'd he
fall.
go, dude?
Wonder how much that costs.
Where did he go?
What the fuck?
Whoa!
He did
What is
not.
that?
Just like my mad scientist Conrad. Got my
That's sick.
wraps on my sleeves. Thanks to James Goddard for
That's
sending me this
sick.
shirt last week.
That's sick.
Gross.
I need one of those.
Like you hit hair and makeup like you did a stage.
That's OD. That's
Right. Okay. On with the show. If this thing gets too hot, I'm going to rip it right off my body, just so you know. All right.
Excellent.
Hello,
Show us
Killers.
the
Long
tits.
time no patch. Version 3.9.13 launched on August 16th of 2018. And in the 5 years since then, a ton of you have continued to play Killer Instinct, develop new strategies, and push what is possible at the top levels of play. We've been given the rare
This is
opportunity
weird.
to do one more training pass after all this time, so we
Hold on.
secretly recruited a few of KI's strongest and smartest players to get their feedback on what minor adjustments they'd want to see. Yeah, I'm gonna need a cough drop. This is gonna be a tough one.
2 hours.
All right, here we go.
Shit.
God damn.
The goal of this balance update is to reduce frustrations of some of the game's strongest characters and moves, while also giving a little love to the characters who tend to struggle even after 5 years of player effort. Not every character is getting changes, and the changes coming in will, in most cases, not affect your playstyle much. If your characters did not get any changes, keep in mind that some of your more difficult matchups may have gotten easier. We hope that these changes will breathe some new life into KI's competitive scene, and we look forward to watching you compete for as long as you're still having fun doing so. The team wants to genuinely thank the community for their passion and dedication to Killer Instinct. If you never stop playing, we hope you really enjoy the update. If you're coming back because of the changes, the community will welcome you with open arms and help you catch up because, despite being killers, they really are that nice.
True, we are.
While we did receive a multitude of requests for changes and fixes, time is not infinite. The team prioritized the issues we felt would have the largest impact and tried to take our usual creative approach to them. Some changes, such as bug fixes, may have been passed on because they were too risky or too difficult to adjust in the limited time we had to work on the update. Your understanding is
That's fair.
appreciated. We will try to include the reasoning used for each set of the changes below, as well as an indication of if each change is intended to be a buff or a nerf. You actually won't be able to see that today, but on the actual physical patch notes that we'll release later, you'll see the buff and
Oh, we'll know.
notations.
Let's go.
We'll
Select
know.
community members weighed in heavily on these changes
If anyone will
to
know,
give us
it'll
the
be
best
players.
possible chance at improving a game you already love. And we'd like to give them a special thanks for their time, dedication, and invaluable feedback. So, shout outs to Sonic Dolphin, Nikki, Wheels, Charbach, Latalis.
Hey.
This is why I didn't
Hey.
join.
The rest of you know who you are,
Hey.
and it's up to them if they
Hell
want to enjoy
yeah.
themselves. Thank you to
The
all of you
boys.
for making this as great as
I
it
This
trust-
is why I was scared to join
I
this
just,
call.
the only one I don't trust is Latalis.
Yeah,
That's
long
so
as
awesome.
motherfucker.
Steve?
He just probably put in secret buffs to general.
No, just before that.
I'm ready to yell at all of you.
Something you mentioned. Where
Go ahead, Base. It's too late now.
You gotta remember that this whole thing, like every character, there'll be.
Yeah,
a
sorry, Devil. I lied
if
because
your
I was scared
character
to join
like,
this
maybe on the
call,
weaker
but
side and
You always
I-
lie, so
I
I'm used
showed
to
up,
it. It's okay.
Matchups got missing.
Sorry.
Okay.
Right, so it's just important to remember.
I will
that.
not spoil
Don't
anything, I
freak out.
promise.
And
Alright.
if
Hello?
you do freak out,
Who's that?
don't freak out at them. Freak out and keep it in your house, and then calm down a bit, and then play.
It's
the game.
Exactly.
it's
Some
a
of all
certain
parts,
Viking.
the spiel I always give in front of all my
Here we
battles.
go. All right, cool. Thanks, man. What's up? How you doing?
Wait to hear it all.
What's
see how
up,
it all
what's up,
fits
what's up?
together, all right? So first up, we
it's
only have one
time.
small system change that I want to go over. I'm not going to show it here, but we fixed a game-wide bug that could sometimes cause projectiles to not get the first hit 2x damage bonus. So you could occasionally see things like Eagle's Bird or Rash's Bike do less damage than expected.
Fair.
Oh my god, Rash got a buff.
Motherfucker.
Hey, buffed him. It's over.
Skate
up.
Fast is in
That's
ruins.
fixed now.
Skate
So it
Fast is in
shouldn't
ruins.
happen anymore. It'll just make things feel more consistent, which is really good. Additionally, we found a bunch of attacks that deal less damage or less hit stun than expected when they counter hit. So we fixed those issues on a lot of characters. The full patch notes are going to call out which ones, but on today's stream, I'm just going to skip over those because
Fair,
it's
yeah.
too nitty gritty.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, valid. Yeah, that's a lot
All
to
right,
cover.
so to
Sound like a
avoid
bunch of those
leaving
were ripped
people in
before
too
the-
much
before they stopped
suspense,
patching.
I want to talk quickly about the characters who did not get any balance changes. The
shit.
characters I'm about to list did not receive any balance adjustments, though a few did get a minor bug fix or two. There's a few reasons for that. Firstly, the changes to other characters are going to impact their
Yeah,
matchups.
yeah.
So you'll find that some of their hardest matchups have gotten easier.
Cool.
Oh yeah,
Secondly,
absolutely.
we didn't
That's
want
what
to
I'm
make
ready for.
risky changes just for the sake of making
If they just fix
changes.
TJ's
So
bugs
carefully
and don't
consider
balance
community
him, that's
feedback
fine.
when deciding which issues to
Please
tackle.
fix his bugs.
Lastly, we believe that these characters are still very capable and strong even without any changes. From Saberwolf's powerful ground control to Hisako's mix-up potential to Mira's extreme damage, we feel they should work even better in this new version and remain fun and relevant for everyone. So,
Just a couple
here's the list of the
mention.
10 characters. I'm just gonna rip the band-aid off. These are the 10 characters who did not get any balance adjustments. Saberwolf,
Fair.
TJ Combo,
Oh.
Fair.
Conra, Riptor,
Oh.
Hisako, Cinder,
No!
Shadow Jago, Arbiter, Mira, and Kilgore.
Wow.
We in there?
Okay.
What the
Right?
fuck?
I'm surprised.
back, you
I'm surprised
guys.
about.
Not Cinder!
I'm surprised about.
What?
Twitter was
Are you
Interesting.
serious? How am I
Interesting.
going to stop watching now?
I'm surprised about. I'm surprised about Cinder, to be honest, and Arbiter.
Guys, shut up! I'm trying to hear Keith speak.
Mr. Jago.
Jago.
Whoops.
Yeah, I hear
Try
you,
to-
Devils.
try to
They're not
control
getting
your
that
guys.
weird.
Doing
Even
player
new,
one on arcade
new,
stick and player two with a
art
gamepad,
for the
and
classics.
Sometimes I'll have to do both at once.
Alright,
so
sick.
I'm gonna see how that goes for me.
Oh, even our portrait art and above on the health bars, I think, has.
So I want refill on the meter.
God, the new UI is sick. I love it.
On, looking
Oh
good.
my god.
Cool. And we're off, everybody. We increased Jago's forward and backward walk speeds by 10%. This small improvement will help Jago maintain favorable screen position.
Wow,
So he's a
okay.
little bit faster.
I like that.
Actually, it feels pretty nice, I would say.
Please fix
Jesus,
TJ's
that
bugs.
Seems huge. Yeah, that is a really. I think walk speed is one of the biggest buffs a character can ever get. It's really.
Yeah,
nice.
sometimes it really makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
We also drastically improved the hitbox and active time of Jago's jumping heavy punch. This guy right here. This move has like a pizza cutter quality to its animation, but the hitbox is very conservative on that.
Yeah,
compared
it
to
would
other
whiff, it
similar
would
looking
suck.
jumping
Yeah.
attacks. So these improvements are going to
Yeah.
help it make it feel as good as it looks. So it hits a little earlier
Okay.
and up a little higher. And it
That's
also
cool, I
lasts
like
a little
that. That
longer.
looks
It hits
great.
on
That's a
time
good
a little
change.
longer.
Yeah.
So it's really easy to
That's-
get those
ooh,
kind of
yeah.
jumpsuit concepts with it. Small change, but it's pretty nice. And then here's probably my favorite change of all of the changes in the entire change list. We did some adjustments to the Tiger's Fury special. So, Jack of all
Sorry?
trades protagonist characters often
DP.
find themselves in an undesirable spot late in a game's life cycle. Jago is a very complete character, but he does not stand out and isn't scary in the way that much of the rest of the cast is. So we wanted to figure out how to add some threat to Jago's toolkit, and decided to lean into our mantra of high risk, high reward.
Air
So to do
DP.
this, we've decided to center Jago's identity around the idea of high damage Tiger's Fury. So the light Tiger's Fury now does 26 damage, used to be 18. The medium now does 30, used to be 22. And the heavy now does 34, used to be 26.
Oh my
That's like his power. TJ's
Quiet
power
down,
line.
quiet down.
Hold on, Sonic. You don't gotta tell us to do that, Sonic. Hold on. We could talk.
Because
fucking deafen if you have a problem with people
these
talking.
got an even bigger buff on counter hit. So the counter hit damage on, and they actually have a ton of extra hit stop as well.
Oh
So the
dear.
light one is now
Your
32
stream
on
glitched out,
counter
I
hit.
think.
Oh no.
Got that kind
That's
of
so
juicy
much
freeze to
damage.
it. The medium's 40.
It's still going.
That's so much
Here's the
damage.
scary one.
God.
50.
Smoking.
And if you jump and press
I'm sorry.
Cinder gets no buffs.
Very risky. If they block this, you're gonna get blown up.
I was expecting that.
No.
And what we found in practice was that the rest
Nate
of
is
Jago's
gonna
fairly
run this
mundane
fucking
toolkit,
shit.
like his fireballs,
Nate is
and
coming
faking
right
those
now,
out, and getting
man.
you to jump, and doing some of his little frame traps that are
That
cute,
is
but not
fucked
super
That's a
scary.
lot.
Suddenly they become a lot scarier when if you decide to press jab or something, and he decides to just risk one of these.
What the?
You take
Oh
a
my God.
Fuck you. I like my favorite thing is you
That is
-3 win kick in the
my
DP.
I'm gonna
Like,
switch.
Jago
I'm gonna
murdered
change
you
play
again.
for Jago.
That's
Jago.
really funny.
Fuck it.
Not all of them are the most conservative changes.
That's
but,
kind of fucked up.
The goal was to compress. The top
It
of
is
the
fucked
little
up.
bottom.
It
That's
is.
very fucked.
You know how it goes.
much.
This was an interesting
So
one
4
with
DPs,
our
you're
test
dead.
group as well, our NDA test
Yeah.
group. And I'm sure they'll tell you after this is over, but
Try
I pitched
pressing
this change to
anything.
them, and
That's
they
like
were all
a forcing
horrified.
you to block things.
And I was like, just
I guess
let-
I'm-
let's
I guess
put
I'm
it in
just only
tomorrow
playing
and see
Jago
how it
now.
feels. Let's just try it for a week. And
I was horrified.
they came around on it like almost instantly. They were like, yeah, this is actually super fun.
That was cool as
It
heck.
really works for the character.
I mean, what else does he have though?
That's goofy. I love
I
it.
was gonna say I'm very scared of like counter hit
Get his
DP
health
instant.
back.
That sounds like a
Yeah.
bad
You can
vibe.
do that, and then you can be like, cut the
But
shit.
you know, you need
seems-
for a tip for like, it's not too
No, don't let him combo it.
yeah.
I mean, that seems really good for Jago. His
That
walk
2
speed, I
DP is
think,
gonna
is
be
like
like
The
30%
walk
of the
speed
match.
change is
the
kind of
matches
nuts.
where he has to
Yeah,
walk
that's
you down,
crazy.
where he-
That's
his
actually
controls
crazy.
is not good.
That's very crazy, yeah.
This is
Doing
character
win kick
1.
from
He
full
can now
frame,
just
die.
keep you
Like
in the
those kinds of
corners.
matchups. I think the walk speed will really help.
Exactly. So the last change for Jago is we made the first active frame of the shadow wind kick reach a little lower. And we also made the push box
Okay.
lower for the first 4
Need
frames.
to
This is a
do
little nitty gritty, but there were some cases where he could shadow counter someone who was low profiling, and he would just sail right over him. And this prevents most of those cases.
Okay.
There are still
Rip
some
Kim
cases
Will.
where a character is side switching with him, and he'll still miss.
Oh, that's
But
Eagle.
this stops some of the cases where the person was like low profiling.
But I liked that.
So,
Yeah.
It was
you
funny.
having a frame rate problem? Yeah, sure. Let me kill my feed real quick.
Oh my god.
I'm back.
It's not a KI stream without technical difficulties.
Yeah, man. Streaming is a blow
It
up.
has been rough.
Yeah, it also looked good for me.
One hell of an opener. God damn.
See me on
Yeah.
KI Anniversary Edition, bud.
Yeah.
Let me know.
Y'all hate Ken? You can hate Jago now too.
You good, Derek?
No.
All right, I'm just gonna say this. I'm just gonna say
Good, am I
he
back?
should not be doing more than
Yeah, I think it booted.
power line or like something like
Looking
that.
good, looking clean again.
Dude, that's like the same amount of damage as a counter hit Tusk stand heavy punch.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Right.
it's like Tusk shit.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. And I'm a Jago player. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was not
I don't have
expecting that.
Sage
as
or
the
Dude,
Jago
plot.
honestly,
feed anymore.
I'm
They're
wondering.
That's a
coming back.
lot.
They're coming
I'm
back.
wondering what
Right.
changed
I must have had
on
an
Tusk.
internet hiccup or something. Hopefully that doesn't happen again.
We gotta find out.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Well, we're good, yeah?
I love that the game freezes.
All right, I
like,
hate
the whole
myself, but I
second
have to
when
go
you
to a
hit
Thanksgiving
the
thing.
stop is
I didn't
Oh,
think
okay.
this would take so
Stacey,
long, but I love you
bye-bye.
guys. I'll text you and we'll talk later.
All right,
Bye.
see ya.
I have fun. Bye. Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Jeez, dude, look at the
Okay,
screen
cool.
stop on when that
That is
hits.
it for Mr.
Yeah.
Jago.
Yeah.
That also probably makes
Holy.
it unbreakable.
Just
It
makes
pauses.
Yeah,
so
you know
that
what,
it's
actually,
like,
yeah,
boom.
I'm a walk speed enthusiast. That's like the best stuff I could get. You know,
Yeah.
it's
It's a
like-
good
Trust
little
your
pause
instinct,
window for you to
Challenge.
be like,
Yeah, thank you,
boom.
Claire.
I'm using my gamepad. to
Devil
play
Bounty
Glacius.
love.
Thank you,
we got
Claire.
some changes for Glacius here. We reduced the frame
the
advantage after a
14
successful
months.
combo breaker to 0. Used to be +4. He used to have the most advantage
Thank
off of a combo
God.
breaker in the game.
Nice.
And it also left you at a distance where
What's
he
up,
could kind of just
what's
do
up,
this,
Molly?
and because he was +4, that was tough to deal with.
Mhm.
So this change should make that situation feel a lot more manageable after a combo breaker from Glacius. I guess I'll
So-
try to demo that.
Lance buff.
Hold up on both. Look at that. They're about even. Pretty good.
That's good.
Oh,
All
okay.
right.
Sure.
We also reduced the
Yeah, I like
pushback on block from the light, medium, and heavy cold shoulder attacks, so their frame data actually matters.
Let's
Stop.
These are
Yeah,
-3 on
that's
block,
fair.
-8 on block.
Damn.
That's
range.
fair.
Previously,
Yeah, dude.
Glacius
That's
was
it.
so far out of range Most
That's it, he's
characters couldn't
done.
punish him.
It's
even
cooked.
if he
What do you
was
mean
really
it's
negative.
Can Cinder punish him now?
That's it.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yes. Oh my god.
Damn,
Fuck this
nice.
character forever.
That's a
Alex,
game changer.
Alex, you better switch plans.
That's huge.
That's a game changer. It actually be a
Might be
stupid
time for you to
shit.
play neutral, bud.
Yeah.
For once.
You gotta think before you
There's
do
kind of
shit, you little shit.
a bonus to this, where if you make somebody block this and then you go Shadow Hail, you can actually get a true block string with it, which wasn't true before.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, I like that.
Spend some
Alright.
meter and you make it safe. Sure.
I like that.
It's
Kind
plus,
of a big deal
actually.
for Glacius to not be able to just throw that out quite as often.
It's a
Yeah.
birth.
It's a burf, yeah.
And then last up for Glacius, we added 4 frames of recovery time on whiff and block to the Instinct Teleport Puddle Punch.
Cool.
That went to 16 on
Fuck
the
you.
Dang.
All
Wow.
combos on
Okay.
hit
Yeah,
are
that
the
shit-
same, and
that
then
shit
no
was
cancel
really
hasn't
fucking
changed,
fast.
So it feels exactly like it used to.
Uh-oh.
Actually.
The difference is if somebody jumps
Ah.
Discord's a blow up.
they're gonna have a bit more time.
Yo,
to him,
actually
maybe.
turn your brain on,
Some
actually?
characters like Arbiter could block
Arbiter
definitely,
can punish
they
this
couldn't
now.
get a Fierce or anything
Thank
like that
God.
to even deal with the armor, so that helps it as well in that match.
I could do heavy punch punish now instead of just throwing.
Yeah.
Let's go.
That's one of the hardest things
Sounds
for
about
TJ to
right.
deal
The,
with.
the
So
whiff on Puddle Punch, yeah, I mean, it was very often that
Shut up,
he would
Ken.
just, like, jump and
Glacius' instinct reign is over.
Yeah, I love instigating, bro. I love that shit.
armor, so you're like, well,
Thunder.
I'm,
Oh,
I'm,
shit.
I'm cool with those.
Here we
changes
go.
for Glacius.
Take him out of the oven. Glacius is cooked. Did they say Shadow Jago?
Oh, Sadira, Sam, this is you.
Shago got no changes.
Oh
We
wow.
limited the time.
Yeah, he don't need 'em.
Which follow-up
He's
has to
born
be
perfect.
chosen after all versions of Samomish. So
mm,
visually,
Nice.
once
Hold
Thunder's
on.
feet start to drop below
Let's see.
Jago's head, Sadira works for this. She's about the same height as him. Follow-ups will no longer be possible. So
Thank
you
God,
feel
height
these up
limit.
To
Nice.
1 frame before you.
Whoa.
Yes.
height limit to
So check out my
stupid
input display
follow-ups.
Over on the left, you can see when I'm pressing.
Oh
the
my
button.
God, that's gonna make the matchup
If I
easier.
do the
That's why they
Samomish, I
changed.
fall
Okay,
below her head and I hit that button, nothing happens.
Let's go.
that's so smart that they
Very
didn't
good.
change certain characters because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
thank
actually
you.
like that.
These are the buffs to Conra I'm
But if
looking
you hit it above
for.
the head,
Yeah.
you can still get out. But follow-ups you want to get out.
Exactly. This is a TJ
So you
buff
have to
because now I
commit to
can
these a
fucking
bit
punch this
earlier.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking asshole.
That kind of gets rid of some of the most frustrating nonsense that Thunder was kind of doing to people.
Yes.
Just kind of throwing this out, abusing the high priority and projectile invulnerability, and then hitting a follow-up so
Yeah,
low to the
they had to
ground that was so
fucking
hard
do
to deal with his choices, no
Doing
matter what they
most.
were. So
This is like
huge
legit
change for Thunder.
so good. Oh
We also
man.
added 5 additional frames of recovery time to landing after Samomish, Surprise Knee, or Dropkick. So that doesn't apply to Skyfall, but if you just land from a Samomish, or you land from Dropkick or Surprise Knee, you have 5 more frames of recovery before you can block or jump right there as well.
Oh,
So
yeah.
players are going to be
Nice.
able
Oh,
to
okay.
probably, in most cases, react to which choice he makes because of when he has to make it,
I
and be
see.
able to punish him if he's making
Yeah.
really bad
Hologram's still
guesses
gonna
with
be
this move.
mixing.
Again, huge change.
Those like awkward.
He don't even
spots
use
where
that.
they're-
Hologram doesn't even use that.
Huge nerf overall for
Yeah,
him
he
if he didn't
doesn't
add a
exact-
couple
that's a
buffs
bait
back
and
That's
switch.
Eden
which he wanted
Buster.
to do.
Yeah.
Because
He does
the goal of
that.
This change
Right.
was to reduce one of those frustrating aspects, not to necessarily nerf the character. And you'll see a couple of those. In the
Nah,
change
he-
list
he's
as
still
well.
good as
So what we
fuck.
did was we increased his forward and backward walk speeds by 20%.
Yeah?
20?
Excuse me?
Yo, he's zooming.
Game with his strong session.
That makes sense.
This dude is
No, I'm
moving
sorry?
fast now.
No, don't laugh at that.
Makes sense.
That's not funny.
Holy
20% movement speed.
Oh my
Dude.
God.
crazy!
Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold
It's really
on.
going to help him play the footsies game.
Look at him
play the
go.
ground game,
Yeah.
control the match.
You know what? You know what?
Last
Hold
thing we
on,
did for
hold
him to
on.
compensate was we shortened
He
the
has a
recovery
floaty
time on Call of
jump.
Sky, where you
Let
get
him have
the
that.
Crow's buff to yourself by 5
Yeah.
frames.
That
So
floaty
Lightning
jump is
still
a
hits on the same
50-50
frame,
wake up.
but it has 5 frames
Nah,
of recovery.
that don't make any
So you
sense.
get that buff on yourself a
You
little
think
bit
any time they're gonna play
more easily
neutral
in
except for
matches where,
Charbot?
Right.
quickly
I'm gonna
builds
do my own
themselves across
thing.
the
Good call, Sky
field.
faster.
Helps a lot.
He needs it for real. He's too slow. He can't
That's a good
jump.
one.
Yeah, no, like he
Man, those are
can't.
great-
He
great
can't call a
changes. I
Sky
was gonna
right
say
now.
too.
Yeah.
One thing about the walk speed.
I'm
is
fine with
when
it.
you're walking up.
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
you
Totally
use
okay with his
the,
40
like,
off.
beat stuff.
Mhm.
Animation,
Yeah, me too.
probably
Hell
more-
yeah.
Yeah, this is fair.
You're already walking forward, so. gives you that
Did they do
extra
something to
little range
Crow's
like, walk
dash?
in and then get, like, the
No,
nerf
I don't
before
think
you
so.
I'm
go.
just,
They're
I'm just
talking
glad I
about
can
it.
punish the DP finally. I don't
They're
mind if he
talking
gets
about
off
it.
the
People
middle.
are poking with mids and like from this range, right?
Yeah. No, that's great. I mean, I think everybody knows that when Thunder just is doing Samomish over and over in neutral, like it sucks, right? You're just like, dude, this sucks. Like I'm just getting help. Like so.
Exactly.
God,
I'm
the
happy
kids
that
have the live feed.
the game plan is moving slightly away from that and towards
Yeah.
stuff about him that's more fun to deal with.
Like I said, the goal of the changes a lot is to kind of take some of those frustrators and sand them down a little bit.
Fair.
Make the characters a little bit more fun to fight against, but still keep them strong.
Sadira, Damien.
Let's talk about Sadira.
Okay.
We fixed a bug that allowed her to cancel her to call her web instinct projectiles during a combo breaker. So she could do a combo breaker, call the web projectiles, and she could actually get pressure off a combo breaker, which just isn't in the spirit of the game. So
Yeah.
we just
Get
got rid of
fucked.
that
Oh.
ability.
That's
Small
fine.
thing. But we did want to give her a buff. We increased Sadira's forward and backward walk speeds by 20%.
Oh,
Now,
shit.
As you know,
Good.
Nice.
She needs it. She needs it. She needs it.
No.
She needs it.
She's
Yeah.
really cruising. She's what
the holy god, bro? What is that?
That's her jumping is actually really fast as well. It's much faster than
Her jump is faster?
So
No,
you
her
can
jump's
see
the
this.
same. Her jump's
Oh, okay.
And
What
we
he
made
said.
this change basically
Holy
so
fuck.
that when Sadira players don't want to jump around like an unhinged maniac, they can
She-
actually
she's
use
so-
Yo, that's so
stupid.
Oh, I'm good then, because they're not gonna stop jumping.
I could never.
Thanks for the useless buff.
I think it really just helps the character
That's
a lot.
crazy.
Crazy.
That's
That's
very-
That's like Orchid.
Super good.
So we'll see how well that goes for the Sadira.
I wonder what
Your
Orchid.
Honor,
You guys aren't ready for Mage
Sadira,
Idol
that's like,
20%
dude, we got
run
no
speed.
Oh,
Like,
shut
we
the
played
fuck
for,
up.
like,
Don't
3
do
weeks
that.
and directed this character get a single change.
Wow.
Sadira was
there are
so
some
fun
players
with
who
that.
do play Emerald Ground
You're gonna
Sadira.
love it.
Those players are gonna make the character look really scary.
Ooh.
But she's already pretty good.
Okay.
Pizza's like, y'all just
Alright,
need to
let's
get your
look at
footsies
it.
up like
Final.
King Barbach and you'll be
Let's
fine.
check out.
Yeah.
True, true.
And let's.
I'm surprised
check
that's it for
out-
Sadira. That's
Ooh,
that's
let's
all.
see what the spinal changes
I'm
are.
very interested.
It's fast as hell. I'm not complaining.
Damn, we're
I've
not
already
even.
been heartbroken before.
Final.
We're not even done with the first row of characters.
Spinal
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is so
Did
fun.
they,
She's got
full
quite a few
court
changes
too,
actually,
huh?
so this will take a minute. But we fixed
We'll
a
see.
bug that allowed her to cancel her ground combo breaker into Shadow Uppercut. I can't demo it obviously because it's gone.
They did it.
But
Yeah.
they
Fixed
had it.
it.
I mean, it was wild. She could combo break you, cancel into Shadow
Yeah,
Uppercut.
Australia
which would
rejoices.
do
Sorry,
a lot of
Nathan.
damage. Just not in the spirit of the
Hi,
game.
Nate.
That was one of the changes I was most scared to physically do because I was like, okay, this is
Oh yeah, you
either
can't do that anymore.
gonna be like a week's worth of the most complicated, risky work I've ever done, or I'm gonna delete one line of code and it's gonna be fine.
It was one line.
It was the second one. I deleted one line of code
Yep.
and this was fixed.
It was literally we
Yay,
found
we
it.
got lucky.
Yeah, I know everyone.
Wow.
That's tight.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
there
I'm
is a
glad
zero
that's-
there. Huh? Fuck around.
We also
Yeah,
fixed the
oops.
same bug that's
Supposed to be 1-1-1-0-1-1-1.
She could call her Jaguars during a combo breaker and get pressure off of combo breakers. Again, not really in the spirit of the game, so
Yeah.
we wiped that away. But on to the Orchid improvements, because this is a character that really hasn't put up a lot of results in the last 5 years. And she's really cool, so we wanted to give her some stuff and see how it goes. First up, we did some instinct mode improvements. The Jaguars now deal an additional 15 frames of hit stun to grounded opponents. So let's see what that looks like.
I'm sorry.
Much
Sounds
a
like a lot.
lot. hit
That's a
stun.
lot.
Yeah, that's
15 frames?
Hey, man, that's
That
fine.
really helps her kind of put together. a
She literally has
combo.
nothing. Like, come on.
like a
The
rash
Jaguars now
buff.
launch airborne opponents into a better position for a juggler.
Cool.
Which is really nice.
Huh, okay.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
That's actually fun.
It used to be they
Yeah.
only had kind of a hit
Yeah.
on the front legs, and now it's all the way to the Jaguar's
Yeah, you
butt.
need to combo with
So if
her
you
like
jump over
crazy.
them and land on the
Her combos are
Oh,
so
that's sick,
fun.
actually.
Cool.
Yeah, that's
Makes it
I
a
like
little bit more
that.
threatening,
Nate's gonna go insane with the setup
and all
after
that
that.
stuff.
Hell yeah, he
Her
is.
instinct functions pretty similarly to
Ooh.
like
Oh, shit.
Rashes and
Okay.
Sadira's, but it was just like a lot harder for her to get the same
me know
kinds
what
of
Keith's
rewards
up to.
off of this.
Oh,
as
swaggerino.
them. So I think this change really helps her with a little bit of lab time, find some
That's
really
good.
interesting things, like especially
Yeah.
if you build in the grenade.
I might try her out.
Setups,
I like
to
Orchid.
get some really interesting
Orchard?
combos and resets
Yeah,
going.
Orchard. Or shit.
Orchid.
Next up, we got some adjustments.
Yeah.
to the
They say it
knee
increases
hold on.
frame
Oh, wow.
advantage on
Knee
it.
slide.
light knee slide is now -2 on block. Used to be 5. That's this
Okay,
one.
okay.
Used to be -5.
Okay.
Now it's -2. The medium slide now travels farther and faster.
What the
Oh,
fuck?
nice.
Oh,
This is
no.
rattlesnake.
And it now has 7 additional frames of recovery time and 5 additional frames of startup before it starts moving.
Oh, it's so okay.
through.
It could get stuffed.
Oh, okay,
You can see it on
okay.
block now, you see
Okay.
-7. And here's where we get a little wild.
But it's
This is not a
faster.
conservative
What?
change. The heavy slide now travels much farther and faster.
What the?
Whoa!
It has 10 additional
Oh.
frames starts moving, so you can see she doesn't even combo.
Why is it like she gets faster as
It's
she
like
gets
a-
closer?
It's like a sniper rifle.
Yeah.
50 cal.
It has 14
sick.
additional frames of recovery on whip, so that if you jump it, they can
Looks
actually
like
hit
Damien.
Oh my god.
Oh, it has more recovery though.
it.
It has more
That
recovery
was
though.
fast as hell. That was sick.
The reason for this, a lot of characters on the roster have similar
Try jumping.
sliding kick specials, and
Full
upon
screen.
review, it's pretty clear that Orchid
That shit is
is
just
the
gonna
worst
blow
one.
up ankles.
These improvements should help in a lot of various aspects of.
I blocked the
Hell yeah,
Texas
Molly.
Roadhouse
First
break.
pass it updating these helps so much.
Yeah, I blocked it first try.
That's actually an interesting change.
To make
I
sure
like
that they didn't run away.
Yeah, I like that too. That's cool.
It's cool that it's cool that she finally has some bullshit. She finally has like a little bullshit thing, which I think is fine. You know what I'm saying?
Totally
Actually
believe
gonna
it.
make
These
it
are
harder
nice,
to
though. I think
No,
you're
no.
punish
right.
people
Thank you.
jumping
Assessment
full
that,
screen
like, she had
with,
a lot of
Spike
tools
it,
that
spike.
she
Slide into-
just didn't
into
feel
the
it
knee.
good for it.
Yeah, just look
Like,
Do you
at
guys
the
want a
six
bit of
pass,
free
right?
free trivia?
And like her instinct.
Not
too,
right
there's a lot
now.
of- as you mentioned, there's
Not
other
now?
instincts
Okay.
that
Yeah,
serve the
I don't
same
think you
purpose,
should
so
say
it's
it.
good to see a pass on it.
I've been approved to say it.
And she's a cool character,
Okay.
so we'd love,
Alright,
to,
what
love
is
to
it?
see more of her. Right? One
The
other
first
change we did,
draft
this
of
is a
this
really
slide
nice one, we
change.
adjusted the startup of the shadow
Actually, I'll
in
let
the
him
slide,
finish.
That's this guy right here.
Yeah,
so that it's
do
immune
character
to
select.
projectiles on
Tell
frame
us.
0. It used to be frame 2. So she was one of the only characters in the game who, if she had a meaty projectile on her, she actually couldn't use her projectile invincible move to get through it.
Whoa.
So that's now fixed, which is very nice.
Cool.
And we fixed a couple counter hit issues on her. Like I said, we're not going to go over those fully on this stream, but that is it for Orchid.
She has some counter hit issues.
I like
that they
that. I like
fixed.
that change.
Those are great.
Yeah, she needs
Yeah.
that, and they added more
Very short
recovery
ones for
too.
Spinal.
So.
We increased his
Yeah.
forward walk speed by 20%.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Ooh, I like that spinal change.
Let's go.
Oh,
And
Whoa.
his walk speed's increased by 10%.
Ooh.
And these are going to help
No,
Spinal
stream
find a
died
better
for me.
spacing and more matchups to land those
Stream
crucial
died?
anti-airs and pokes to get
My
his
stream's
team
up.
Bad for me.
because he has a pretty good set of moves. It's just he was so slow. It was
your
hard for him to get into
stream is
position.
fine, Devil.
And when you
Oh.
feel this forward walk, you're gonna be like, oh wow, that. I mean, you can see he's got a stomp.
I'm on the.
Y'all can you
actual-
quit? Can y'all quit saying stream died when before you
It's
figure out
alright,
if it's
no,
you or
I'm
not? Y'all
fine.
giving me anxiety.
No, I'm sorry. I said my stream died.
No. Someone said, "Oh shit, the stream died," like earlier,
Does walk.
and it was just them.
Okay, so you guys want to hear it?
Yeah. Hurry.
So the
Alright,
first draft
Spooky
of Orchid
Bones.
slide change had no nerfs
Yeah,
to the
moving on
startup
to
or
Fulgore,
recovery.
the-
So she was just
Oh,
zooming back
boy.
and forth.
Oh, she's like,
It was so funny.
Unhinged.
Remember old heavy
They will
Maya?
Some KI rainbow.
It was
action.
unhinged, dude.
The
Or-
only thing for
So Fulgore
Spinal was
is
the
a
walk
tricky
speed.
beast.
All right, Fulgore is the one I got. We got to hear. Fulgore, we got to hear.
Yeah.
He can do everything.
Oh,
You
that's
know,
all I missed.
He's
is
been
Spinal
proven
Walk
to be a
Speed.
pretty ridiculous character
Spinal
time
Walk
and
Speed.
time again. No matter
Okay.
how we seem to adjust him. So here's another attempt at that. Let's see how it goes.
Jesus.
Oh boy.
So Blade Dash, this move right here, this guy.
Hell no,
Ooh,
Mo.
Made some
nice.
adjustments to that. We've adjusted the block stun on
Please.
all the normal uncharged versions of
Please.
the Blade Dash to make them more negative. They used to be -2, -3,
Okay.
minus
You're
4.
fine.
Now they're -4, -6, and
Let's
-8.
fucking go.
So that's a pretty big
Let's
change.
go, dude.
Nice.
Come on, Bubs.
Playable real
Fuck
quick.
Nikki. I'm kidding.
And those stun these, and then you can actually get punished. Look at
Oh,
that.
heavy punch, punish.
Wow.
Heavy punch.
A hefty punch.
Moving on. This is kind of a burf. This is a nerf
Deep
animation.
punch.
Bear with me until I get through this whole section on this move, because there's a lot going on here.
Eh?
Fulgore can now pip cancel the Blade Dash on whiff or block into any of the following special moves: Energy Bolt, Eye Laser,
That's sick.
Plasma Port,
Ooh.
Plasma Slice.
Ooh.
Previously,
Okay.
he could only do Plasma Slice.
He has his own
only
rattlesnake
on-
now.
So even if you blocked this, you wouldn't be able to do Plasma Slice or anything like that.
That's cool.
I don't know if that's
Dude.
good or bad,
I'm
bro.
improved.
I don't know.
Fulgore close in.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's what we really
I can't
wanted to
tell.
try.
I mean, it's
and what
minus if you block
Tesla
it,
was
so-
interested in was making it more negative
Yeah,
on
true.
block and forcing Fulgore to use his pips to do cancels to
I
cover
see,
himself,
yeah.
which I love the idea of. But when we started investigating it, we were like, oh, he's only allowed to do this and only on whiff. So we have to open up these options to make this plan work. So that's what we did. We opened up these options. The result of this has weakened one of Fulgore's best options in neutral, but it's increased the strength of his instinct mode. So we've opted to pull back on Fulgore in various other ways to compensate and ensure he ends up a bit weaker overall.
Good.
I
Okay.
think you'll want to test this one in the lab on your stream a little bit later, but what you'll find, and this is very hard for me to do with 2 controllers with 1 dude, but if he's doing this and he's canceling into things,
Minus
there is a
laser?
gap, right? And you're going to be able to press your 5-frame button in there in
There's a
almost
gap?
every case, except for if he risks it.
Okay.
So he's got to kind of convince you to calm down in most cases.
Yeah, he has to do a
Or he
DP
has to
for
charge
that.
up a blade
Yeah.
dash first so that he can
Oh,
get
okay.
Fair.
Nice.
Which is basically what he was doing before anyway.
Exactly.
It's not quite
more
as scary as it
okay.
sounds.
My stream froze for a second there. Weird.
But it does take a little now. Does that make sense?
Also,
Right.
yeah, this move is pretty wild for a character who has movement and fireballs and everything like he had before. I mean, yeah, him just flying around the screen with that move whenever he wanted and just buffering like a linker or auto double for free and then just escaping after was really
Yep.
strong.
So the next change, I think
More.
these are nerfs. Heavy Eye Laser now deals 20 kV instead of 10, and that's because our changes gave him a new looping combo, which is, cancel this into that, and then cancel that into that. Oops, cancel that.
Oh,
into
so
that. it's like-
okay.
Oh.
That's cool.
I like that.
That's so sick.
That's so fun. That's creativity. That's
It's
creativity.
so good. So good.
That's so sick.
We also made some adjustments to
That's-
instant mode.
could you break
because
that?
It became more powerful thanks
That
to
was a
the
laser.
Nope, it's
So
unbreakable.
combat
It's
with
unbreakable.
Yeah, the heavy
instant
lasers are not
instant
breakable.
mode
You can
spends
do
a
that
little
how
bit
many
of its remaining
times?
time every time he
I
uses
don't
a
know.
free pip.
20 times, 5 times, yeah.
Each one was 20.
Cancel,
Mhm.
with the exception of energy bolts 2 and 3, which only cost 2 points. So for context,
Oh.
the instinct meter is 250 points long. You lose 16.6 points per second, resulting in a 15-second duration.
Oh, shit.
So watch
It's Tusk.
Fulgor's instinct meter here. I'm gonna throw the multiple fireballs.
Oh,
You see
little
chunks of
yeah.
instant time being taken
It
away.
takes like pieces
You
away,
can do some of
like
these
like
other
Tusk.
cancels.
Oh,
And
Nice.
see
nice.
more
But he could do a lot more though. That's the thing. He could do more.
He does
Yeah.
that. So if the Fulgor player
I
is
like that, I like
absolutely wild in this mode,
I like
kind of
that
similar
too.
to Tusk's Berserker cancels, you
Yep,
can probably
just
expect
said
like
that.
an 11 or 12 second instinct mode instead of a 15-second one, which makes a massive difference.
Good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does.
And it's free pip cancels. You can't be
Give me a
mad.
quick update from the
Yeah.
chat. It's not a question. I just want to talk about the journey that you've taken them on. I've watched chat go from no, yes, some people found Jesus. Oh God.
Yeah.
I think
That's
you've
pretty
taken
funny.
them on the journey to happiness. Some people are going to be very happy. I think some people are still a little distressed. I see a what did they do here and there. Anyway, very good update. This
James
Yeah,
Goddard.
you guys will definitely have to see how you feel once you play it. You know, snap judgments are not your friend. Play it for a week, go into the lab, see how you feel after that. It'll all gel together, or it won't, and you'll tell us, and then maybe we'll adjust it again. Who knows?
Oh.
Let's keep going. We
Fair.
got more
Yeah,
nerfs for Fulgor.
we gotta see what happened to Maya.
At least he's being honest about it.
More nerfs. More nerfs.
All
Yes.
right,
Fuck
so
this
we got
guy.
some adjustments to the light and medium eye lasers.
Oh.
Both the light and medium
I
eye
guess-
lasers have had their hit stop and block stop time increased from
Oh, shit,
6
we're
frames
not
to
done.
15 frames. This results in a much more legible and
Slower
reactive
watch.
freeze frame when blocking each hit.
Oh my god.
What the
See how
fuck?
much chunkier that is?
Yes.
It used to be like pew pew, and now it's pew pew.
Oh, so you could break it easily.
Yeah.
Medium
That's
eye
a lot
laser.
slower.
A shadow
is
counter, shadow
minus
counter.
3 on block, but
Mhm.
light eye laser is now minus
Block
6
stop
on
and
block,
hit stop
so
is
punishable.
heavy.
Dude,
jabs.
dude, that basically
You don't
makes
space it right, punishable.
laser to overhead fucking
So
fake.
the previous
I
version
don't know
Yeah.
if you heard it,
were powerful
but
pressure
light
tools.
laser is
Like-
minus
And as a
6. You
bonus,
just said it.
We're very hard to shadow
laser is
counter
minus
due to their
6
short
now.
hit stop and Fulgor's ability to mix between 1 or 2 hits. So we've made these changes
All the
to
Fulgor
give these
players
moves a
are
bit
gonna
more
start playing
identity and help opponents fight against them. So now Fulgor players are choosing between a single hit low that's punishable when blocked, or a 2-hit low that's safe on block but can be more easily shadow countered on reaction. So let's see if I can.
I like that. Yeah.
That is so good.
And it's also worth
Definitely
it's
a
also
big change
worth
for Fulgor
noting
players. They're gonna
that
have to
Fulgor, when he does
rethink the
blade
use of that
dash
move a
and then
little
he
bit
does it on
to
block,
make
he
sure
commits
that
to
they
something.
can't,
It
just get
still
into
has a
the
gap in it.
base
It's still
so
unsafe
if you're
on
worried
block.
about
And
him
if you
coming
want
in
mind
with
games, you either need to
drill and
commit
then
to
shoot
something
lasers
shadow
at your feet
counterable,
and you just being
teleport,
overwhelmed, that's not going to be nearly as overwhelming
or
as
you need to
might
fucking
once
just
you
rip a
get to
DP.
see
Like
the practice.
it's
Yeah.
gonna be. It's
Yeah,
you have to
yeah.
use your
But
brain.
that's not
Yeah.
all. We also
Still has
added
options,
some
though.
Players use
additional
their
frames
brain.
of recovery time to the plasma.
They're gonna have to
plasma
start.
port, the teleport
Damn.
before Fulgor is allowed to take another action.
All right, teleport.
So, that
Whoa.
may not sound like a lot, but in practice, it actually makes punishing teleports in
Did
neutral
you say
like,
6
much more
additional
reasonable.
recovery frames?
Yes.
Reduces
Yep.
speed,
Yep.
some of his nasty
What
mix-ups, some of his mix-ups where
It's
he
a
got 2
lot
teleports, so
heavier.
he should only get
Robot's
1
dead.
now.
Wow.
Good.
He's
So
dead.
yeah, no
I like
ridiculous
that.
teleport into
That
teleport
is-
anymore.
These are so many nerfs.
Tyler, I'm
A lot of
sending
times
you
because
something,
of the
bro.
timing of the old
These are
version.
so
I mean,
many
okay.
nerfs.
Press the button.
And you know-
Fulgor was arguably top
If you
5
swing the wrong
I
way,
just
you
saw
can
for
something
10
in the
years.
chat.
Top 3.
The button's much more likely
Yeah.
to be
Yeah.
correct
For
way.
10 years. So like,
That doesn't mean
Yeah,
he still won't be a
this
menace
takes
with
him out
these,
of
you know,
it
he's still gonna
easily.
throw
This takes him
fireballs
out of top
and kind of
5,
mix
top
in
10
the
maybe.
I don't know.
teleports,
I think he's so
cover them,
fucked
do all
up.
kinds of nasty
He's
stuff.
still gonna be good, but it's the same thing.
definitely,
Yeah, he can't just throw all these things
Again, a
out
lot
willy
more
nilly
thoughtful
anymore.
version of the move
Let's
than
go.
we previously had.
I
Yeah.
think
That is
somebody
6
who's
frames of that is
has like crazy strong
really-
neutral and is creative
Yeah.
with Fulgor.
It's still gonna
You also
excel with
noticed
this
that
character.
Fulgor's
Yeah.
Oh, for
hit stun,
sure.
block stun, and counter hit stun values on his energy bolt projectiles, that's these guys right here, were very inconsistent. So we did a pass to normalize them, but weaken them a bit overall. Like the light ones had more hit stun than the heavy ones, but the medium ones had like the least. It just didn't make sense. So
Yeah.
we just went through and gave them a single set of values. You'll see those values in the full patch notes, but
Cool.
a little bit
Fair.
worse than they were. All the combos that he used to have involving them still work as far as I've been able to tell. I think Nikki helped me figure that out as well, so I'm confident that that's a good change.
Good.
We also added 4 additional frames of hit stop and block stop to the first hit of Double Claw to make that a little bit easier to shadow counter as well. It's one of the hardest
Cool.
shadow counter.
Damn.
I don't know if you can feel
Tyler's
those
coming
4
in
frames
intense.
over the stream, but
Calm.
a small change but an effective one. I
Looks a
think.
lot closer to Eagles now.
Yeah, yeah.
Also,
It was like shadow counter Eagles. I can't
fixed
fucking
a
do full
bug
course.
that was exclusive.
That's
to
so
Kilgore
true.
and Kilgore, where his shadow counter had 7 less frames of catch time, so like 7 less frames of parry time, and 10 less
Oh, they
frames of
fixed it.
recovery time. So we normalized those.
Cool.
Yep, Fulgore and
Yeah.
Kilgore have
So
normal
that
shadow
was
counters
a
now.
hit issue we fixed as well. But I fully expect
Damn.
Fulgore to still be, like a top 5 character after all
Yeah.
this. You're just gonna have to play a bit more
Fulgore's
thoughtfully,
fine.
and he's honestly
He's
a very
fine.
good character at doing that.
This is gonna be good for like my TJ matchups. Literally gonna help me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is what
I'm seeing a lot of stuff that just makes me feel more confident.
Yeah,
you guys are getting the biggest buffs.
More Yeah.
The
A
only
little less
the only
barbaric.
thing I was
But,
gonna
yeah, I mean,
mention
his
about
combo
like
set is so good
about
that
it
it's
too
like,
is that like
he has everything
when you
want
make a
and more
change
in
to a
character.
character, it's
Like, I think that's
often
what draws
like
people to him. He's so fun
3
because of
times
that.
more drastic than you
So
really
I think
think
the
it
new
is.
cancel
Like,
culture
Yeah.
and it has
Oh,
such
God,
an
yeah.
impact
People
on the
being
game
excited
as a
about
whole. So like
Yeah.
even if you're sitting there and you're like, my character didn't get changed.
We'll
What
see
the
how it
hell,
goes.
man? Like this isn't
Alright,
what I
so
wanted.
next
I wanted
up,
these certain things for my
There's
characters.
one little change we
Dude,
did for
if
TJ
you're
combo
a
about
really
fix, I
like
just
if
wanted
you're
to
like a
mention, used to
smart
not
player,
be
you
able to
know that the
cancel
game
the kick
changing
manual in
around
the
your
Shadow
character
Vortex, like an
is a
audio
giant
specific
deal.
thing.
And just as like
We
somebody
found a
who
weird line
had
of code in there that nobody
Hisako
knows where it
in
came
like
from that
season 2 to
strictly
season 3,
prevented that
she did
for
get
some
changes
reason.
season 2 to
So we
season 3,
removed
but
it.
she got some
And
nerfs
that
as
was
well.
fixed. So
It
just
was
a
really
small
more
change for
about
TJ
like the
folks.
characters and her
Little
matchups
combo
that
you
changed
might wanna
around
do
her
before
that
you
made her
But
go
let's move on
up
to
the
Maya.
tier list.
All right.
So, like,
One
Maya.
change from Maya.
Devil, did you hear the bug fix?
What?
The dagger
Kick
assault
to
no
shadow
longer
uppercut
ends
works
if
now.
Maya gets hit, but it will still end if she gets knocked.
As like
The
a
kick
manual.
manual to shadow uppercut works now.
Build up some
Thank you
hits.
so much. That's all I was worried
That's
about.
rad.
And then we will
That's
go ahead and land
huge.
the dagger assault.
I could play the character now, like for
Punch her,
real.
and it's still hitting me. Oh no! Oh no! this
That's
is-
a
Oh
buff!
shit! Dagger
Oh,
assault is an
no.
ender. It's a real ender you
Oh
can use.
no, dude.
Dagger
Damon,
assault-
let's go.
That's crazy.
That's a
Frodo,
That's
Frodo.
all
Yo,
I
look at
asked
Frodo.
for.
He's like, yo.
Wait,
Frodo.
they fixed dagger assault?
And I think one of the most important
It,
things
like,
to remember here
functions.
is that she has
It isn't
no
dog
high-low
shit.
mix-up except for
a real
this
move.
overhead.
Finally, that shit was
This
so
overhead actually
trash.
puts her in the air.
So
if you hit
they
her out
they
of this,
fly off when she
falls
gets
down
knocked
even
down
if
now.
Oh,
That
she's
was-
She wants to do
airborne.
any type of mix-up to you other than a strike throw while you're blocking these. She's either gonna have to jump and do like an empty low or something, or she's gonna have to do one of these and put herself in a position
I
where
see.
she can get jabbed out, which means she
I need to
falls.
see that dagger assault
And
change
then
again.
the daggers fall out as well.
Fair.
I don't know how big a change this is in practice. I think it's fairly minor in most matchups. It'll really depend on what kind of really tight setups Maya players are able to develop for this. But it does add a lot of fun to the move and remove some of the risk of it. I think it was one of the riskier things to do.
Can
with
confirm
Maya,
it's pretty fun.
if you didn't have instinct to immediately call those daggers back.
Yeah, I
So do
bet.
expect
I
to
mean, it
see Maya
always
players
seemed
get a
fun
little
in
bit more
concept,
mileage out
right?
of this, which is great.
Yeah,
It's what we want.
That it?
that's it with Maya, I guess.
Fair.
Dagger
That's it for
assault
Maya.
and-
Good.
I don't think she needs
That's-
it.
that's-
I think
She didn't need much.
Yeah, I agree.
Perfect.
I agree.
So
Maya's a slippery
TJ's bug
slope.
is fixed. I could fucking use. I don't have to use just punches and juggles
All
anymore.
of his enders except his meter.
Or
type
like
ender, which is the last
manuals.
one.
I
So
couldn't
he
use
remains
kicks
the king of
manuals.
meter
That's
game,
huge.
But it ended up feeling a bit too snowbally.
That's
to
so
let Omen
fucked
build
up
so
that they
much
had-
meter
they had
of
that.
his most damaging ender types. This change should force Omen players who need meter to actually use the meter ender, which should in turn lower his overall damage.
He only has a meter ender now instead of 5 fucking.
No.
Yeah.
It's 50% reduction on every other end.
Oh, okay, 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 okay.
They kind of nerfed
Okay,
it all
okay.
back, so don't get too.
So it's
excited.
really
Whichever one you want.
the
You
meter
want
ender is the
some-
one that actually builds meter. The ones
It's
that are like super.
time.
It was
Hell yeah.
the damage ender that was building a lot of meter.
Yeah, Omen was wild.
You will pay for your war crime.
Your transgressions. All right, guys. No, let's listen to this for real.
We
This is big.
reduce the amount of hit stun inflicted by medium and shadow versions of natural disaster to prevent them from comboing directly into shadow payload assault. So let's take a look. I'll do the medium one.
Nice.
And then I'll go into shadow payload assault, and
Thank God.
I can. Well, it didn't combo, but I can't block because I forgot to put it on human controls.
It whiffed.
There we go.
It was so much hit
Let's try that
stun.
again. Take 2.
I mean, it would have worked.
Here we go.
It didn't combo.
She got hit, but she's able to block, right? That's not a true thing anymore.
That's good.
And it's the same with the Shadow version. Whoops.
My man was doing whatever the
That
fuck.
used to be a true combo.
Hit
That's no longer a true combo
B&Bs.
as well.
That's
He
so
did,
sick.
he really did.
This is going to make
That's
confirming
big.
into Aghanos' most damaging unbreakable combos way less common, and require him to give you at least one breakable window in most of those cases before going.
That's
into them.
such a
You'll
big
have to do
deal.
those
Thank
moves
God.
on manual into like a heavy and then.
Yeah.
Get him
outta
which is
here.
a pretty big deal.
That actually
You will
is a
still be
big
able to
deal.
combo directly into Shadow Payload Assault if the Shadow Natural Disaster recaptures. Let's see if I can actually do that here.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
that makes
because
sense.
that recapture animation is so long, you'll still be able to get it in that case, but in all other
Okay.
cases, you won't be able to get it.
I mean, whatever,
That's
man.
fine.
I do.
That's
I
fine,
do
yeah.
kind of like that it's still in the
We
game.
reduced
It's
the
it's
wall
really
damage
sick.
on Aghanos to 48. It used to be 60. Now these values are going to
Damn.
be
Oh, it got lowered.
Arya doesn't heal potential
That's a
damage.
big
She has
lower.
way less health than other characters, but you have to trust me.
Yeah,
this does
if-
less damage, a lot
if
less
it wasn't
damage,
on
so
Arya,
25%
it
less.
would look
25%
than
less.
before.
Yeah.
It would look a lot worse.
We also reduced.
Well,
the
that looked
damage
about
per
the
hit
same
for
as it was
Payload
before,
Assault.
and it's
this
on
guy
Arya,
right
so.
here.
Yeah, yeah.
2 per hit used to be 8. And that sounds more drastic than it is, but that's because of how many hits it does and the way scaling works in the game. So it still adds a significant amount of damage to unbreakable wall crash setups, just a bit less than before. So let's see if I can do one of these combos here. Something like
Oh boy.
that. I need to do Stomp Walk, right?
Yep.
The damage values are going to look nuts on Arya, but
Yeah. She has a million potential damage already.
yeah. I couldn't fit the jump back
She
there.
He sucks. Get Talus in here.
I'm not going to demo this.
This is the guy balancing our game.
No shot.
You just fucked it up.
You literally just made that not work anymore.
Stop doing that
Please.
demo now.
He just gave up.
Hey man.
Stop.
Hey
We
man.
just believe you, bro.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
And the Aghanos
Speaking of
players are in the
frustrating
chat
things,
like,
this
but he
was-
needs to be nerfed though.
We
But
added
he
7
requires
frames
execution.
of
Shut up.
stop time when you block this. The projectile part specifically to make it a little bit more clear when it's your turn to press a button.
Oh, thank
and
the
actually, I
Lord.
think Arya is one of the characters who can punish this from lots of ranges.
On Rob buffs
The
again?
two-hand version of this.
Might be time to take it back and make that shit unsafe on everyone.
I like how Conrad is getting blessed by proxy.
But yeah, there's a bit more
Yeah.
time there, so it's more.
And TJ, both of those characters get mega buff today.
This is a
Every
really
time
big
a
one
top
for
tier
Aghanos
gets hit,
as
a
well.
Conrad
We
gets his
reduced the
wing.
block stun time.
Yeah.
If you
Hold on.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
up, they're more
Reduce the
negative
block
and
stun on some of
sometimes
his jumping
punishable.
attacks.
So jumping hard punch,
thank
if you hit this
God.
on the way up,
Yeah, so now you just can't get free
Like that?
pressure off.
Fuck yeah.
you actually make it.
Yeah, he can't do like
A
instant
take throw off
overhead.
off the fucking
was
jump.
Same with jumping hard.
stupid.
too.
Yeah,
If
that
it's
shit
on
was
the way up,
annoying as fuck. Thank God.
Whoa, that's huge. Yeah.
Remember when he used to
What
jump
is
up and be like,
happening?
get one extra
bang?
hit.
Hey man.
So you're gonna have to hit those buttons a little later if you want to get that same advantage you used to have. Press it more, at the peak, which is a pretty big change because Aghanos is very hard to anti-air.
Guys,
'cause
I
you
gotta
can
take off
put
for work.
those
I'll catch
buttons
you
out
later.
on the
Later.
way
Later.
in a lot of cases.
All right, man,
In
have
this
a good
case,
one.
If you do that, you're gonna be in trouble. We also adjusted the amount of pushback opponents receive when blocking Peacemaker-related attacks, so you won't be sliding full screen anymore. Let's take a
Oh,
look at that
thank
as well.
God.
So you can see this
Oh,
used to just
jeez.
really set you.
Yeah.
You might actually be able to
Oh,
counter,
yeah.
but
We
what
don't
the
slide
fuck?
so much
Now you can
anymore.
stay in.
No,
I actually forgot about that one.
That's so good.
People back.
That's huge.
It's huge.
Forgot about that.
Wow.
A little
That's,
bit.
yeah, that's so
Big
different.
change.
Oh my god.
And that is it for Aghanos. He can be really frustrating to fight
Yeah,
against.
get outta
It's
here.
standard for him to
Now
be
we're
a
gonna
bit
talk
weaker.
about
Really shine in the hands of specialist
Arlia?
players.
Oh,
Over time,
shit, what about
Lord
Arlia?
has
Dude.
taken Aghanos
Lord
so far, but there's a solid argument for Aghanos being one of the top 5 strongest characters in the game. With many of the game's other strongest characters getting a little weaker, we didn't want to end up in a situation where Aghanos was the undisputed best. So hopefully these changes make fighting against
He
him feel
would've
a little
been.
bit more fun and
I'm
reasonable.
happy they didn't try to remove the unbreakable.
Yeah,
Yes.
have a quick prediction.
that would've been a
from
mistake.
Flash,
Sure.
our Saberwolf players. Saberwolf is going to destroy Aghanos.
We'll see. We'll have to see how it goes. I did
Yes,
see.
I'm excited about that because
It's
when you showed me
probably
these
a
changes, I
5-5
was very
matchup
happy
for
because
real,
I
for real.
get
Sweet.
just mangled by the beat stick in particular by Aghanos. So I'm really
Yeah,
happy.
it'd be really hard to get
The
in.
beat stick.
Yeah, but I think your prediction on the long tail on this is, I think we'll see that those specialists. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Why should they be in trouble? when,
Latalis is not gonna have a problem with
show up
this.
with these specialized Argonauses.
No.
Yeah.
Show
I don't
Nice
know
slash
if they're
maybe.
top 5 or not. It's hard for me to say.
Nice
I'm not
slash
even sure if they were
carried.
top 5
Yeah.
before, but some people thought so.
Definitely
Didn't
carried.
Latalis help balance?
I was gonna say
Yeah,
Latalis
yeah, he did.
is very, very
Yeah.
hype about his potential.
Balls deep is in here.
Like, yeah.
Lil
The
Malma.
stream's chopping out again.
I mean, if your stream's chopping out, you don't gotta declare it because it's usually probably your fault.
All right, what'd they do? What'd they do?
Everybody in
to
the everybody.
Let me just refresh it real quick. Can't hurt.
Everybody in the chat's like, "What the fuck? You guys need to fix that fucking stream. Their internet's all shitty. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's watchable.
It's
they got a
watchable.
GTX 450.
It's definitely driving a lot of frames.
It's not me. My computer's right next to my.
Yeah, my
Wi-Fi.
the Wi-Fi's
Okay,
right
you're
next to my
close to
computer.
I really love this fucking logo, dude. I'm gonna be honest.
It's tight, too.
Personally, I never liked the season 3.
I like this logo too. We didn't even get to see this. This is a surprise to us too.
Well, I lost your feed on my Discord side.
Experiencing some technical difficulties.
Let me just fix my side real quick. Okay, cool.
Be
All
like
right, back
that.
to it. Sorry about that, folks.
Nice.
All right, for Cinder, I just have one small change for fixing some of his frame data on counter hits with his punch buttons.
Yeah?
They're a little messy, so those do the proper amount on counter hit now
Let's
as
go.
well. And let's talk about
Nice.
Arya.
Please.
We did get changes. We
Ooh.
reduced the damage on all of Arya's enders by 1 to 2 points per hit. It's not a huge dramatic change,
Okay.
but she's widely regarded as the hardest character to break, so we felt this was fair. This change does not affect her shadow enders or body swap enders.
Hmm.
So we'll just take a look.
Okay, hold on.
There's body swap vendors already did
26%
shit
for a level 3 there.
So wait, it's just like a slight nerf.
Level 4.
Yeah, slight nerf to some enders. Yeah.
Launch for ender,
Yeah,
36%.
So like
So
40%, she gets like
damage
36.
down a tiny bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can do the shotgun
seems like-
ender as well. Check that out.
It's like idle in. Not quite, but
408 trolling in the jet. Aria players gonna fall apart.
All right. We reduced the pushback when blocking crescendo to add risk to and to make the frame data matter more. So in particular, the light version of this is -7 on block, and we haven't changed that. But she would bounce so far out of range that pretty much nobody could punish that.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
God.
God. Thank
Yes.
Holy
I believe
fuck.
this
Get
applies
out
to a lot of
here!
the air versions of the move as well.
What
so
the
not
fuck?
that
Thank you,
So
God.
these moves
End
are
her
just quite a bit more
life.
risky.
Dude.
Yeah.
Die.
And just
It's a good
do
change.
that shit.
Yeah, a lot of the moves got
Oh.
stuff like this, right?
Thank
So-
God.
God.
Why was that
Yeah,
even a
punch it,
thing?
punch it.
Medium
some
kick also
ranges.
got adjusted. We reduced the distance she pushes herself away from you, but we increased the vertical distance, so she bounces up a lot higher.
Ah,
after doing this
more
move.
recovery then, technically.
And that's going to leave her in a precarious
go.
position if she's not smart
Yeah.
about how she uses this or waits until she gets.
She can't really link into auto doubles off it anymore unless you're really close.
Oh,
Good.
that's good.
To deal with now as well. We made some adjustments.
That's
to
crazy
the
'cause
drone
she was getting
assist
us on
calls.
block.
The drone assist calls now leave the drones punishable
Yeah.
for 30 frames longer than before.
Ooh.
So let's check that out real
Okay.
quick.
30?
Very
The
long
blade
time.
drone.
That's a half a second.
That means
literally a
that
whole
also
half
means that you
Oh,
can't
it
even
just
use
sits
it
That's
that
out
often
there for quite
anymore.
a bit longer. you
That's
can tell.
awesome.
They could get punched.
Whoa!
Mink.
Look how long that shit stayed out.
I want to see the other one. I want to see the tackle body. Wow.
Lots of
Ah!
as well.
Yeah.
Big change.
Aria players meet
Dang.
accountability.
The really big one is the booster drone.
Literally
Alright,
gave him
alright,
the
alright.
biggest punch.
This one goes behind you in a lot of cases. So you would block this one, and it would end up behind you
You couldn't punish it.
like that, and then it
Yeah.
would fully recover.
Oh my God!
and then
Imagine
fly
hitting
home.
those with
And while it
Jago
was
Heavy
flying home, it
DP
was
now.
invincible. What we did about this one was we made it so that when it's flying home, it's not invincible, and you can actually tag it on the way home.
Oh, good stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, these are big.
Hey,
I mean,
stupid.
that's
What about the
also-
instinct ones?
It slows down how fast you can call the assist, right? Because there's extra recovery.
I don't think the
Right,
instinct
it's 30
one's
frames
changed.
longer before they get
Okay,
home
okay.
before she can call them again. So
Right.
big change for
Damn.
her. She's gonna have to work quite a bit harder
Damn.
to cover the
Good.
drones.
Good.
But as a
That's
small
good
nerf,
updates.
which is a buff and a nerf at the same time, we made her sword drone launch you quite a bit higher. And that's because
Hmm.
after we made the change, before we made this launch higher, it was punishable on hit. The sword would launch you, you would fall, get up, and then punch.
That's great.
Yep.
Keep that.
That's
What are you
hilarious.
doing?
Look at Charbok crouch heavy punching my drones after they hit him. Look at
I don't have.
I was like,
but you get the idea.
That's
I I literally was like,
Which is nice.
punishable on hit, punishable on hit.
So yeah, Ari's gonna have to. Work and to use the assist calls to cover herself. Her looping pressure will loop a little more slowly, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, makes sense.
All right, next up, her medium and heavy shotgun blitz moves. That's these guys. They used to low crush on frame 1. Now the medium one low crush is on 5, and the heavy on frame 4. So the light one was always 6, so now they go 6, 5, 4.
Good.
It just seemed way too powerful to have such a difficult to punish move work as a low crush so quickly, and this adjustment's going to weaken Arya's defense against lows considerably.
Oh.
Next up, another adjustment for the shotgun blitz special moves. We added more hit stop on block to the first hit of these.
Oh,
so it used to be 10 across the board.
that was coming.
Now it's 14, 16, 18 on light, medium, heavy. Despite being 2 hits,
Jesus.
it's notoriously hard to
Shadow counter it now, maybe.
compared to other similar moves. So now it's a bit easier on the light version. It gets even easier if she uses heavy ones. So here's the light one.
Cool.
And heavy.
So you can actually shadow
Good
counter it online.
shit.
Nice.
I could play the game against her now. God damn.
Before, which was very difficult.
Yeah.
These
That's
changes
also a
are
huge
so
change.
good.
And this move still has very low whiff recovery.
They're
She's still going
smart.
to use it a lot, so just jump in and close some distance behind an assist or whatever. But yeah,
Well, you gotta
I don't
think-
think you're going to get free shotgun pressure against people who are paying attention and have enough meter to shadow counter, which is great.
Yeah, doing shotgun 700 times in a row
Right.
and back that shotgun.
Doing assist call into
Yeah, much more
Blitzney still works, by the way. You can't punish
So
it.
Arya's meant to be a powerful
Yeah,
character.
but you just can't
She carries
do
some of the
shotgun
highest
as
risk in
often
the entire
anymore.
game.
It's really good.
Yeah, you
If
can't
she
just
loses
do
the
another
body,
one.
She loses options
Yeah.
permanently, and matches can snowball against her really harshly. So over time, the strongest Arya players have proven that mitigating this weakness is not only quite possible, but it can leave opponents feeling like they don't have any answers at all. The above changes, they're going to leave Arya in a very strong position, which is intended, but she'll need to play a bit more thoughtfully to not leave herself open or her drones open to counterattack. So I do expect her to still be up there in the rankings, but require more thought and more patience.
Yeah, these big nerfs are just like now you have to think to play
Definitely
this
a character
character.
that needed
Dummy.
a
He
little
didn't
bit
touch
of
the
a-
instinct madness though.
Agreed.
The other
Arya
thing
full
too
gore.
about assists in general
was at
in
720,
fighting
so it's 1080?
games is you are usually
Oh yeah, the in-game is 1080, yeah.
responsible for protecting your assists as much as your assists are responsible
Moving
for protecting
on, you got Kim.
That's
Yeah.
the thing.
Kim Woo,
Kim Woo.
Sonic Dolphin.
Here we go.
All right, here we go.
Sonic, I
Oh,
wanna see
no.
what
We
you
gave
got.
her we gave her a 44 Magnum.
What do you mean what I did? Hello?
We gave her
There we
a
go.
fucking gun.
Fucking 44, strongest handgun in the
Listen,
world.
I didn't do shit, alright?
I
Keith's
got
put
a
it in the game.
freaking, I got a freaking gun, you know.
I got a freaking 44 Magnum, you know.
You see how this
See how this
happened?
ends.
He says ends, right?
Tusk here.
What about Game
Nerf
Pass
Tusk's
KI?
damage.
And I just want to just clarify. Hey, if
Kind
you
of
already have
feelings.
KI,
Good
you
yeah,
can
Ohio
prove
is.
the edition is just getting swapped out to Anniversary Edition, so you'll have it if you already have Game Pass. And then all these balance updates are all
I would love if
free
they made a
in the base
physical copy.
game of KI. So there's
I'd be
no
tight
world where
by it.
the balance updates aren't in whatever version you're playing. So anyway, I just wanted to interrupt with that really quick to alleviate any concerns about Game Pass.
I appreciate it. Give me time to take off that shirt. I was getting way too hot.
Hell yeah.
All right. Let's move on to Kim Woo. So because of Sonic Dolphin's performances with Kim Woo, we've decided to nerf this character into the ground. I'm absolutely
No!
What?
So we
There you go.
increased Kim's forward and backward walk speeds by 15%.
Jesus!
She's already pretty fast, so she's very nimble now.
Sorry?
Suits kind of the small character aspect
That's
of
a
her.
lot.
This is going to help her play grounded footsies with the best of them. She has some really good buttons
That's
as well.
crazy.
Especially these
Okay.
ones,
Sick.
standing medium punch, medium kick, and heavy kick.
Time for her to walk out of Sand Trap even more.
We've also increased her jump
No.
gravity
It's
to make her
bike
jump
rather.
arc a bit less floaty.
Oh, she's
This
not
makes
floating.
her
This is
very
a Conrad
strong, so
nerf.
jumping attacks much more threatening. But if you had any
Oh,
safe jump
boo-hoo.
timings in the past, you may have to rethink them. I mentioned that to Sonic Dolphin, and he laughed. He said safe jumps. Ha. I guess this character didn't have any, so.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, she had one, but no one used it.
Is Jago's jump. So it's not one of the best jumps in the game. It's pretty middle of the road, but she's not so floaty anymore.
He's not
But
on the
because of
move
that,
now.
I like
some of her
that,
jump
yeah.
attacks, which are really good. We had to make their hit stun and block stun a little bit less, kind of similar to what we did with Aganos, to make sure that these weren't too bad, right? So if she does some of these attacks,
Yeah, so now if you want combos, you want to do jump medium punch instead of jump heavy.
she's gonna get punished on the way down.
Kind of like
It's still very good.
kind of like what they did with like Shadow Jago's
And the
jump.
moves that are
Yeah,
that
pretty
got that
much.
adjustment are jumping light punch, jumping medium punch, jumping heavy punch, and jumping light kick. The medium kick and the heavy kick are not.
Yeah, but that's an actual Kim nerf, so I hate you,
Just 'cause
Keith.
of the hitbox is an active time on those. All right, so this one I can't demo against Tusk, but you have to just trust me. All normal versions of her Dragon Kick now ignore armor.
Damn.
It's this guy right here.
Oh.
What?
Whoa, that's a
They
big
ignored
change.
armor?
Added to the game to help
Hell
her
yeah, they
balance
do.
against the
Power
Guard
line?
is one of the most
What the fuck?
lopsided matchups in the game. So she's got a little something now for that. We also increased the travel speed and total
gonna kick
distance
me in the
traveled by
mouth?
the light dragon kick. This makes it a stronger whiff
Yeah.
punish tool. So you can see it almost
she's gonna
reaches
do
this
this
right
right
now. Moves pretty quick.
Okay.
If somebody's, walking around just doing this, you can usually tag them with that.
Nice.
That was a poem.
But because that ended up being very strong, we had to decrease the damage on the light dragon kick. So I'm sure Kim players already noticed that this used to deal 30 damage, now it deals 20.
Okay.
Big drop. Used to be 35 on counter hit, and now it's 25. And because of that first hit multiplier and the way
Okay.
the game works, that means that a raw light dragon kick now does 40 damage instead of 60, and a counter hit does 50 instead of 70. But considering all of the extra properties this got with the distance and the armor break, it's a really great tool for her. And we did not drop the damage of the medium or heavy version. They'll still deal what they used to because they're still a lot harder to hit. One thing I do want to note though, because of the extra distance on this, if you block this standing, it's going to be what you remember. But a lot of times what happens with this new version of the move is if you block it crouching, she just flies over your head. And she has a lot of
Weird.
recovery.
Oh.
You can still punish her, but you need to be ready for it because if you're not, you
Very
might
interesting.
try to hit jab or something, and she's way over here.
Right.
So
Everyone's stand
You gotta
blocking
pay
her
attention.
anyway.
You'll hit her and you'll be fine.
I play idle. That's not a
That's
concern.
really funny looking.
It's really not, no.
I don't think I've seen a move like you block like that and then still go over someone's head. Like I
Yeah.
can't think of a fighting game move like that.
Play more
it
third
just ended up
strike,
being
bro.
like a goofy interaction that we kind of thought was the medium and heavy dragon kick moves now count as being in air 1 frame sooner than before. The only reason for this is it corrected that bug Sonic Dolphin would always do on main stage at Counterbreaker where he'd make
Aww.
They fixed
No.
it. They fixed the flying Asian
Dragon
lady.
Flight is gone. Yeah, Flying Asian Lady is gone. Yeah.
and that's it for Kim. I think
Dang.
Get
it's not a
fucked.
huge amount of things for Kim.
All
but
the
that one
soundies
was-
clips.
That one felt bad.
and I do think the whiff punish game with this move, if you're paying attention, is among
I
the
like
best in the
Kim's
game.
changes.
So
I love them,
the
yeah.
movement
Definitely put a
speed
lot of
buffs that
attention
they're
to it.
doing.
It's very good.
She's so squirrely
And
now.
the
It's
nice thing
fun.
is
Yeah,
I'm really
it's
happy
cool.
with
Wanna play
Thunder
fixes, you can
walk
just
speed.
pretend you're trying to whiff punish when you do that move, and then just do it anyway.
Yeah. And then Dragon
You'd be
Cancel,
surprised
if you
how
have-
much better her normals are when
Also
you
good.
can move
Yeah.
forward faster.
What happens when you dragon cancel?
Oh, yeah, I
when someone's,
bet.
Like crouching. Do you
So
like
what happened to Tusk?
just go flying?
Yes, this man
don't know
getting
yet.
nerfed or buffed.
Let's do this.
I like, have no idea. I'm very curious.
It
Oh,
stopped
okay.
me in front. If I wait till I pass over, then I just move forward.
Wow.
Okay.
Not too
Alright.
That's a bit
Yeah, I was just
She
curious.
doesn't
Looks
cross
fun.
back
Not
over
funny to
or
laugh at.
something.
There's gonna be some
Yeah, if she
applications
went
with
zoop
that.
the other way.
Yeah.
Might be, yeah.
Left, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And
No,
then we
it's
fixed
cool.
a couple counter hit frame data issues for her.
Very
as well.
interesting.
Next up is Tusk. We only got one major change for Tusk, which is that we reduced the cost of his Berserker cancels during Instinct by 30% to make his Instinct more threatening.
What?
So
Yes,
we
you
do
lose
this
the
cancel.
entire instinct to do it.
Reduce
Doing
the
that in game,
cost?
wow.
Oh my god.
I mean, come on, that was not fair. That was not fair.
Yes.
But you can get a
Thank
lot more
God.
of those
You can
cancels
go
out now,
crazy.
so
He needs
I
that.
think Tusk is actually
It
a
lasts.
really good
Instinct
character
lasts
if
on
you've ever,
average like
fought
2 to
with
3
Talos.
seconds longer now.
This change probably scares
Like
you a
something
little
like
bit.
that.
He should just
Yeah,
disappear. I should
30%
just
more
block.
time
I'm like, all
on
right,
approach
you're
is
done now.
probably
Thanks.
Pretty scary, but yeah, that's it for Tusk.
Yeah. His
Good.
instinct
Oh,
already
alright.
very powerful.
That's
Wow,
it.
okay.
Yeah, don't give him anything else.
That's it.
So,
Hey, that's-
so
that's
medium
pretty
kick
good.
and the light run
Yeah,
is still
that's
plus
all.
one.
That's it, bro.
Consistent,
Tusk
good
is fucked,
stuff
bro.
as well.
The changes that
Doing
Riptor
well.
Riptor and
Doing that
Tusk
directly a balance
need
change.
is the player
And
base needs to
now-
get better at the
The
game.
moment you've all
Oh,
It's
yeah.
time.
no.
It's time.
Kill the frog!
We got the fire ring squad.
Yeah, he must have gotten lots of great moves, right?
This is gonna be this is the most interesting one. Not just cause
Yeah, for sure.
not just cause Rash, but Gargos too.
Take his
Listen
head.
for this one.
Just listen, guys, please.
Okay.
Page and a half for
The moment
Rash.
you've all been waiting for. It's here. Wrecking ball adjustments. Let's start there. Everyone's least favorite move. We removed armor entirely from the air version of Wrecking Ball. Just the air version. Rash players were able,
Just the air
able to
version,
use
guys.
this to
Just the air
completely circumvent the risk of approach and start
Fuck
getting
yeah.
offense far too easily. Wrecking Ball, both air and ground versions, now have heavy attack priority. Used to be special attack priority.
Good.
So
Good.
because of the lack of armor on the air version, this means beating it cleanly is much more reasonable to do, which I will now fail to do multiple times in a demo.
Okay.
I'm gonna get it. Come on.
Because that shit was obnoxious. I couldn't trade. It would trade.
Doing two controls.
this
I'm
face
not
is
Still not
You can
doing it.
just do a heavy kick.
There you go.
3 tries. That's not too bad.
Thank God.
So that's a big deal.
Okay. Well, he's
Just
also trying to
special
do it with two
anti-air
controllers.
work.
Done on the Wrecking Ball moves
Yeah.
to 10 frames each. It used to be 18 frames on the ground version and a criminal 24 frames on the air version. That had to have been a typo. Why would I do that? So yeah, if you block these moves now, I did not mean to jump on the player 2 controller. Give me a moment. Here.
Look like
You have a
Miyamoto.
lot more time to kind of
Okay.
under
Cool.
an anti-air because the block
like
stun time is so much less. So you just have a lot more time.
I
to
love
make a
that.
response.
He can't just do something right after
Rash
for
still
free.
Has the luxury of
Yeah.
24
you know,
frames of
forward
block
moving,
stun
really
on
good
block,
move and
dude.
still attack
For
after
the air version, that's
stuff.
fucked up. I didn't even realize.
That's fucking
You have to use that
crazy.
move a lot more thoughtfully now, especially the air version, which has no armor.
Yeah.
Cool.
wild.
All right, standing heavy kick. We've added 6 frames of recovery time to the standing heavy kick. You can actually probably
God,
see the
okay.
animation. He kind of holds his leg.
Look how long it sticks
I
out.
like it.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
We added a little bit of recovery
shit.
time to the standing
Very
heavy
good.
kick, but
It's
we
whiff
also
punishable
added
now.
6 frames of block stun and hit stun time so that the frame advantage is the same as before. But it's going to make whiff punishing this move like a lot more reasonable. You can like see it and then smack
Yes.
him. Which
Oh,
really couldn't do
fuck
before. It's
yeah.
very difficult to whiff punish.
Heavy kick him.
In addition to
Whoa.
that, we've also shortened the cancel window on the standing heavy kick.
Oh
It can
shit.
now be canceled between frames
Nice.
19 and 21. Used to be between 19 and 30.
Yes.
Which was also a little bit.
It doesn't have
cryptic.
a fucking guilty
And we
cancel
also
window
reduced
anymore.
The hit
God.
stop that this move inflicts by 3 frames. The result, hit confirming standing heavy kick, is much more challenging. I'm
Cool.
not gonna say it's impossible. It's much harder though.
God.
That would matter if they were
Most of the time when I try it,
confirming
I'm
it in
too
the first
good,
place.
but I do think somebody who's really
You
really
can
paying
still
attention
do
could
it.
probably
It's
still do
very
it.
hard.
Yeah, I
but
can do
pretty
it,
hard.
but it's really hard.
Next
Good.
up, we added 5 frames of recovery time to the overhead hammer fist on whiff.
Wow.
So that also makes this a little easier to whiff punish.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Hell
we
yeah.
adjusted the block
Alex
stun,
beat
so
to a
it's still
first
minus
attempt
2 on
with his
block.
rash.
Still minus
We
2 though.
didn't adjust the hit stun time because it crumpled.
The
and
crime and the
recaptures, so
punishment.
You can already link whatever you want off of this. It's not a big deal. And just trying to make it a little bit more whiff punishable, so we can't just kind of like do this over and over again quite as easily.
Yeah, he used to just do it for free.
We reduced the damage on the opener versions of Battering Ram to reduce his corner and instinct combo damage a bit. These used to do 10, 13, and 16 damage for light, medium, and heavy. Now it's 8, 9, and 10. So less damage on these. Gargos's wings are in the way, of course, but
That's good. So no more ambiguous fucking 30%.
we've drastically reduced the wall splat range of Rash's Wrecking Ball Ender. It pushes
Nice.
slightly less than half as far as
Oh?
it used to. This was the best wall splat Ender in the game.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yep.
He pushed you back, and he was flying at you while he pushed you back. So he pushed you back extra far so he could fly with you. He would go like 2 full screen lengths and get wall splats from anywhere.
Yeah.
After the nerf, this is still the best wall splat Ender in the
Yeah.
game.
Yeah?
Just way
Alright.
less, like 45% of what it used to be.
Good.
Let's take a look.
Hell yeah.
Oh, but
That's
it puts
good.
him so much
Okay.
further.
Okay.
out.
That's significant.
We had to adjust the frame advantage.
That's
to make it
huge.
even and not
That
be
is
They
just
used to
so
go
into the
half
wall, 'cause
screen.
Before he was actually
Yeah.
punishable if he
Go
didn't
half
hit the
screen.
wall.
Yeah.
But way less far than before. Still
my
probably
God.
one of the best, or not, if not the best, wall splat enders in the game.
Yeah.
It's still good.
It was
but-
wild before. For sure.
Oh, yeah.
He took you way too.
No, I needed to be
Yep.
nerfed.
His throw now deals 35 damage. Used to be 45.
Okay, good change.
So drop there.
Good.
His throw
Fuck.
has the added benefit of being able to reposition or change directions, or even delay the release to combo into instinct projectiles. It just didn't make sense for it to do so much upfront damage. So
Yeah,
now it does less.
Did so much fucking damage.
We've also lowered the damage of every hit of all of his ender types by 1 to 2 points. Rash is a highly mobile character with many reasonably safe ways to open up opponents, so his damage output was just a little bit too high for the risk factor. So we'll do a level 4 ender here. Take a look. It's just a little bit of a decrease, not huge, 42%. That probably would have been like 46 before, maybe.
But still pretty good
45.
damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then this next one's pretty big. We reduced the damage on Shadow Big Bad Boot.
Nice.
Yes.
It
Yes.
used to do 32. Used to do 52 total. Now it does 32.
Damn.
Wow.
A little bit less on
Good
block as
shit.
well.
Wow.
It seems absurd in retrospect that this move was hit so much harder than say.
It's
a Jogo
pretty
Cat,
crazy.
Yeah.
Despite
it was
covering
fucked.
so much more space on the screen, doing so much more chip damage, being way easier to confirm into instinct.
His
or
juggle
for
cash
safety or
outs are
pressure.
way weaker.
This change
Good.
is also going to reduce Rash's juggle cash outs considerably, forcing him to risk a more breakable
Yeah.
recapture in order to score a more optimal grounded ender for damage.
So afraid of what
let's take a
Idle's
look.
gonna get.
That's
Me
a
too.
lot less
Oh,
damage on
let's
the Shadow Big Bad
go.
Boot.
That's
Huge.
nice.
8%?
8.
Less white life too.
Hell yeah.
So, that's a lot of Rash nerfs.
Yeah,
I went
wow.
through pretty
Let's
fast.
go.
That's going to seem like a lot. but
Okay.
in practice,
He
it's
seems
gonna
so good still.
Easily circumvents a lot
Yeah,
of
he's
the
probably
zoning,
gonna be
gets strong
good, yeah.
pressure, and he can
His
deal
tongue
with
is still the
break
same, by the
damage.
way.
Not as annoying.
Overall,
No
this
tongue
match is his
changes?
reward
No
and
tongue
after
changes.
all of this.
Damn.
His tongue is already
If he
negative.
can't
So
late
still pretty
cancel fucking standing
I-
heavy
I
kick, then I'm
agree.
happy.
Can't.
No more frame
That's
trapping.
And don't whiff that shit either.
guessing.
Even if
Yeah.
just
No
a
more
weaker in a bunch
fucking
of different
bullshit
ways.
wrecking ball.
Oh man, that's so good.
Yeah,
So next up is Gargos. Yeah, go ahead, James.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to give you a recap on the Rash reaction. I'm pretty sure you know how that went. I think there's the Alan Speed is probably writing a song right now about it. Let me just
Lot of
answer
revenge.
one of the questions that keeps coming up.
He's gonna change
crossplay.
mains.
Well,
to be
Alex
the
just
best
fucking
character.
emoted.
We didn't really cover that, but I'm just going to go ahead and throw it out there because it keeps getting pinged. Someone asked me to do this. So yeah, crossplay is still there. You can still play Exhibition and Lobbies crossplay Steam to Xbox/PC, which is Windows. But ranked, there's no ranked crossplay. We did not turn
This
that
is
on.
bad.
That's not something that we can do. So it
Okay,
is
it's not their fault.
Xbox/PC ranked as always.
That's really disappointing,
and
though.
Steam is its own ranked.
It's not their fault
ecosystem.
though.
So that answers that one.
That's up to
I
Steam and
appreciate
Xbox.
everybody asking that question, and hopefully that helps.
So that's
Yeah,
okay.
they're like, yeah, Keats,
All
the
right, moving
combat
on,
designer.
Gargos.
Why didn't you fucking put crossplay in the game?
Arguably a character that doesn't need a nerf.
He's not-
This is one of
he's
those
not in
things
charge
that
of
is
that.
really frustrating for folks who want to tone it down a little bit, and that's the portal punches. So we reduced the
Fucking
damage on
Keats,
light portal
They can-
punch to
they
7.
can at
used to
least
be
add,
10.
like,
a
lobby
little bit less
pass
damage on
codes, I
those.
don't
We also let me switch sides so you can see the life bar.
Yeah.
We also reduced the block stun inflicted by all of the portal punches by 5, so they do a little bit less block stun than before. And that means you're going to be able to press a button to tag a
That's
minion
so good.
or dash or something like that much sooner after this if you want to try and get in on Gargos.
That's good.
That's good. But he needs
Again,
buffs
I
now.
don't
Come on
think
now.
He's like a super successful character that needed a nerf, but this was just one of those things that was really frustrating for a lot of the player base, and we just wanted to tone it down a little bit.
What else?
That's it.
I like the where
Wait, what was
Gargos
it?
is in the
I
game.
love the
No, that's
people
the
that
only
were
change.
like,
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
That's the only
Also
change.
Rash
Yeah.
was top 1.
Yeah, I like
So
that.
Wait,
I love this
Oh,
new
okay.
UI, dude.
I have no idea how it's.
I do
gonna
too.
play.
It's
beautiful.
My suspicion is
Idle.
he's probably
Nerd.
still
My
strong.
boys,
Yeah.
the both of them.
No.
Eyeball.
Here we go.
Idol's
We got
getting
General
hit
Rom,
a little bit, I'm
Idol.
sure.
Did Eagle get excluded or no?
No, he's
We're
not.
still.
he's
He's
getting
coming.
He's
back.
getting changes.
Oh,
Kilgore's the only
I-
extra
I-
code
I
that didn't get
okay,
changed.
that's Kilgore. Okay,
It may
okay.
sound small.
Thank
Shin and
God
Eagle are
he's
getting
getting changes too.
There's just 3 more
All
characters.
versions. Let me turn him on human real quick. All versions of the Crow Rush. That's this guy right here, the running grab.
Slower.
They now attempt to grab 1 frame after the run ends. Used to be 5.
What?
Whoa.
So it's
That
better.
part of the animation where he stops and like reaches.
You can't
forward,
interrupt
used to
it
be
as
5
easily
frames
anymore.
After that
Okay.
started that he would grab you, and now it's
That's
1
good.
frame after that starts that he grabs
So it's
you.
just you grabbing sooner.
So the issue we're running into is that Crow Rush, this move, is armored. It has the Krill armor on it. But that armor would end right as he started to try to grab you. And because there was a 5-frame window in there between the running ending and the
makes sense.
grab, we would either have to give him another instance of armor there because of the way the game is built. So he'd get refreshed armor for 5 frames. Or we had to shorten that window. Otherwise, he would just be left unarmored completely for 5 frames.
Yeah,
The
no,
move just
fuck
feels
that.
So much harder to use. It's also
Yeah.
like not the highest reward move. You just
Mini
get
little
poison,
buff.
tiny bit of damage,
Yeah.
and you're in like a +4 situation, which is nice. But
And they don't
it just
stop
felt like this
coming,
move
and
could
they
stand to
don't
be a
stop
little
coming.
stronger.
I agree.
They don't stop coming, and they
So
don't
that's the
stop
change we
I like
made.
that,
It's a
yeah.
Thanks
lot
for the
harder to
raid.
Kind of jump
That's
out
big.
of these on reaction.
Thank you,
because
Selena.
Certainly, are not going to find times where you mash jab and just kind of blow up the armor. For
I'm sorry if I'm not. I appreciate the raid. I'm
I think this is a
super
bigger change than that sounds
locked
like
in.
It is, but it'll be hard
He's
to know
locked
until
and
we see
loaded.
ROM
Thank you
players
so
like
much
in
for the
practice,
massive
'cause
raid.
This isn't even a move that they used super often because it wasn't a very good move, and now it's a pretty good move.
Mhm.
Cool.
Is that it?
Moving on to Idol.
Okay.
I'm very
Yeah.
curious.
No changes. That's it. Give him something
so we
else.
did Some adjustments
He's
to
he's
his
good.
Self face punch. I think I need to change some options here. I need to probably turn off regenerating health.
Nerf his instinct.
Yo, thank you guys for coming through.
Does this hurt more?
So we reduced the odds of changing modes after using the wake up self face punch significantly. It used to take I think a worst case of 4 punches, and now I think the worst case I've seen is 9 punches to change. We've increased the self damage done by this as
That's
well.
huge.
From 5 to
What?
10. So
I mean, I don't use the
I'll
self
download
punches.
some stuff, but Idle is 2 characters in 1, each with their own favorable and difficult matchups. But unfortunately, Idle players are finding it too quick and too low risk to stay in the mode they want to stay in, which heavily circumvents the intended weakness. So to combat this, we took a pretty hard swing at the face punching mechanic to make players think twice about using it to stay in a favorable matchup state. So I'm just gonna start hitting myself. You can see how much damage I'm doing to myself.
Oh shit, the
I had
damage.
3 that time, which is very uncommon.
It's double what it was.
Was there an exclamation point on the screen? Or was that just a Discord thing? Oh,
Huge amounts of
4 or 5
damage.
that time.
Yeah, that's a
He is
lot.
punching him. He's very
holy
big deal.
shit.
That time. But the way
He's
it works
killing
is
himself.
Every time you do
You better
a thing
play
that
your
could change him, like a special move or whatever, it rolls the dice to see if you'll change, and if it doesn't, it adds a percentage
Doesn't
chance to that,
affect
so
me.
it's
I don't
more
use
likely
face
to
punch.
happen next time. And a face punch is the same type of thing. It just adds a little bit of percentage and rolls the dice for you real quick. So you're still going to add a lot of percentage by just like doing these types of moves, right? You can just throw out special moves and add that percentage, and then eventually go for the switch with the punch, and it should work out. I'm getting really fast switches right now. I think I'm just getting really favorable RNG, but you'll find in practice it actually takes quite a bit longer to switch on purpose.
That's a good thing though. So that means you could kind of pick.
No,
Yeah, it is.
Like,
That was a lot.
But the
of
damage
punches.
thing kind of mitigates the.
That's more
they
like
want
it
you
usually.
to play out your
So,
matchups no matter what body you're in.
Again, may the
Right.
RNG be with you.
Like,
Yeah.
you should be doing
Next
that.
up, his Shadow
That's
Bolt
good.
Strike.
I like it.
I should probably turn Infinite Health
Oh,
back
wait.
on. Whoops. His Shadow Bolt Strike is now fully invulnerable to projectiles only. It used to be
What?
fully invulnerable on startup.
Oh.
And to be honest, nobody on the design team remembers making that invulnerable in the first place. So, we'll chalk it up to a
So I'm not
question.
crazy when I fucking I always thought it was just projectile, and now I know
No,
I'm not crazy. I thought I was going crazy. I thought my timings were off.
So in order to make sure
Hold
that
on,
Mage
hold
Mode
on.
has an answer to meaty projectile setups, we just kept the projectile invincibility on the first 14.
I don't know how to
You're
explain
not
it.
going to be using that to get out of pressure as Mage.
I
Mode.
thought I was just
fully
bad.
invulnerable at one point.
I thought I was just
his Stomp
bad.
Strike has been adjusted. These used to be 0, +2, and +3 on block. Now they're -2, -4. and
Let's
-6.
go.
Stop nerfs.
Let's go.
No more
That's
easy
not
plus
allowed.
You won't always get
combos.
a punish on
Oh,
it.
no.
It just didn't make sense
Conrad
for Mage Mode to
buffs?
have up close pressure as good as the Stomp Strikes were enabling.
Shit,
So
everyone
getting
else
rid of
buff
that,
against
along
them.
with getting rid of that
TJ could fucking do light kick now.
It's gonna put Mage Mode's weaknesses where they were.
Or
always
back
range.
fist. Back fist.
That he's gonna want to not be up close to it.
But what about
He's gonna want his
pipping?
own.
What about you?
Breakfast.
Yeah, the stomps were wild before.
Yeah, and that's it. for
The
Idle.
surge stomp with the pip is
Not a
unchanged.
huge
It still
amount of
pluses
changes,
health.
but I think in
That's
practice
fine.
they're gonna make a pretty big dent on the game plan.
So the
we'll see how it
overhead
goes as well.
smash.
These things
Warrior
matter
mode is
more
still
than people
crazy.
He
realize.
is quite a strong character.
Yeah.
In
Yeah,
the grand
no.
scheme.
And
no
Warrior
pictures,
mode is
player
unchanged.
changes.
Yeah, in the grand scheme,
You
it's
also have
sure.
to,
Last two
you also have to
characters.
consider the face punch for Idol.
Eagle.
It's just his lowest
And
recovery
Shinsa.
method of rolling,
Here we go.
quote unquote, to like
Oh,
get
yeah.
ahead. But Idol still gets a chance to
Idol
switch heads when he does a
bullying you
special
so
move.
hard was definitely
Okay.
So wait, just
like, why
Just
why
stats.
did he change?
Guess
Shin
so.
gets changed, yes.
Well, he's the last two then.
All right, let's check this out. I'm gonna do Shin Hisako
Yeah, this
first.
is-
I should put it on
Okay,
player
Matt,
2 because
let's
it's a
hear
little
about
bit
Shin.
easier for me to control Eagle on arcade stick for various reasons. Okay, cool. Shin Hisako, only one change on this character. I think this is a character loaded with untapped potential. but it's
Agreed.
very clear
100%
that she had a
agreed.
Real struggle in matchups against owners.
Oh yeah.
She's so fucking tough to
The
fight.
change that we made was we made it so that her forward-moving spirit orb moves twice as fast.
Ooh.
Twice?
Take a look.
Ooh.
Look at it go!
She can teleport to you now.
What? She can unleash
Oh my
Bro,
god!
that changes so much because she had no way to get in.
Which is great.
Yeah.
She has incredibly good walk
amazing.
speeds.
She had no way to get in.
Put out one of these.
That is the
and
only
just, like,
change. I'm so happy
you know,
with that.
it'd be off
That
screen
is
already.
OD.
That's so good. That's such a smart
And you can
change
go
because
full speed with
she
them.
can't
Yeah.
forward dash.
They are pretty fast, not that fast, but you can actually kind of like
That's
see
so
changes are-
and be more threatening and just kind of poke these.
These
into a
are next
fireball.
level changes. They're so smart.
They
And she
have
could
really
actually
good
move with
priority
it and fight with it. Like that potential is scary.
Dude,
That
yeah,
is so
that's
good.
terrifying.
She's scary as fuck.
I think it's a huge
That's
change for her.
great.
and I think
Isn't it crazy that
it'll
one
really help
thing
the matchups matchups.
Just
that
changes
really
the
good
character.
for her as well.
Menti's gonna come
Because
back.
again. I think she's a very
No, he is not.
rich character filled with untapped
dude is
potential.
Yeah,
It's
he's
just
not.
really struggling because
He's
some of those
not.
matchups were just really
No.
hard.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a really good
Fantastic.
change. She probably needed.
All right,
to be able to
Wheels, you
smooth a
ready?
little bit more with it.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
yeah,
no.
watching her do it now,
Change it.
she
Change
had
him
a
up a
character
little
where
bit.
she either
Oh, no.
ran away and did stuff and she looked really
Whatever
good,
they
or she just like
do.
couldn't get in and you're like, well,
Yep. All right, and then lastly, let's talk about Eagle.
Yes.
Eagle is the only other character we teased would be changing a bit. He was the last character we ever released for the game, and as such, he had the least amount of time to get tweaks and adjustments and stuff. We made quite a lot of changes to him here with the goal of tuning him a bit more towards zoning and a bit away from lockdown.
Good.
He still has a little bit of that, though, to get him more in line with our original vision for the character. So, you know, of all the characters, I think this is probably one of the bigger adjustments you'll have to make if you're an Eagle player.
okay.
First up, we added 4 additional frames of block stop and hit stop to the bow spin, just like Fulgor's, just to make it a little easier to shadow counter. Not a huge deal.
Let's go.
I guess I should make her block it.
Tyler buff. Tyler buff.
There you go.
Are they still not shadow countering?
All right, so next
Sorry.
up, we lengthened.
Okay,
This is a
all
huge
right.
mix of buffs and nerfs. They're not in any particular order. You'll know what's a buff and a nerf as I say it, for sure. But we lengthened the recovery time that the bird suffers after Sonic Screech and Bird Bomb actions. So that's this guy, Sonic Screech. You can wait to see how long it takes for the bird to recover when he flashes.
That's like
when I
twice
can
as
use it
long.
again, right?
That's not
So that's
bad.
now
That was not that bad.
120 frames of recovery used to be.
Uh,
sorry, 210.
Double
frames
the
of recovery
audio
used to be
for the
120.
Discord stream.
I
It's
got
kinda
you.
going crazy.
I got you.
Bomb
I'll be
is
quick
now
too.
180 frames of recovery used to be 120, so it's quite a bit more recovery on.
Sorry about
these
that, guys.
bird Actions. These
Discord be like that.
particularly
No, you're okay,
powerful
thank
bird
you.
actions.
You're still sexy. It's
So
okay.
you're gonna have to use
Oh,
these moves a bit
thanks.
more thoughtful.
Need.
Damn.
We also added 4 frames of block stun to each hit of the Sonic Screech to trigger Absolute Guard. Absolute Guard means that if you're blocking and you let go a block, you continue to block, right? So if I block that and I let go a block on Hisako, she's going to keep blocking.
That's so good.
And the
You
issue
can't
here
escape
was
the
Eagle would
Screech
make
now.
you
The
block
gap is gone.
Yeah, the gap
Sonic
is gone.
Screech and then jump over.
Find the
That's so
gap.
huge.
You would
That's
get hit every
huge.
single time. Like that is just
Oh,
a
yeah.
really hard cross.
We can't find the gap,
It's
guys.
fair though, because it's shadow counterable
Right here.
in a way,
Oh,
right?
that's the wrong motion.
I guess. I
Not
guess.
if he's pushing buttons.
So now
Good luck
with that,
Absolute
dude.
Guard is going to save you.
I mean,
You're not gonna get
I mean,
opened
you
up
know
with
me.
completely
absolute-
for free every time you
Absolute
block
guard
it.
is there is no
But
gap in that,
On the other side of
but
that, you can't wiggle out.
can't
either.
50-50.
There's no mix either. You can't jump over and mix.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No
To
wiggles.
kind of scoot out.
Yeah.
Of it. So
He
it
can
has
my
a little bit
entire
of
game
growth to it
plan.
as well, but I think overall I would consider it a nerf.
Oh, it does ruin the arrow mix, doesn't
no
it?
more,
Yeah.
we
no
also
more
adjusted
big
the
off
bird
through
bomb
the
explosion
fucking
area,
air. Bird
The
screech.
hitbox on this to be
Arrow
both
mix is
bigger,
still there.
like taller.
Yeah,
and
overhead
and
low
also
is still
bigger.
there.
So it's
Oh,
overhead
okay.
low
Okay.
is
Side
itself,
block,
like in
but
between
you're at least still
the
stuck in block.
explosion and him, and just
So you gotta turn left or right instead of worrying about the game like
It's his only defensive
clipping
tool,
you for
and it was
random,
just
like,
too easy
gap.
to jump over or get behind previously. And I think the longer recovery on the bird bomb also helps justify this change.
I like that. On recovery.
that makes sense.
We also increased the damage on bird bomb. Used to be 14, now it's 20.
Okay.
That's
we
fair.
added
It's
some
always
additional
reversal.
Pushback to bird swoop.
Additional
This is going to
pushback.
aid his zoning a lot. You can see that kind
I
of gives you a
love
little
that
shove when
change.
you block it. Very similar to Arya's booster drone.
Mhm.
And we've increased the damage on bird swoop.
Good.
From 10 to 15.
It sucked.
So a little bit more damage into his zoning. Arrows don't hit that
Yeah, it
hard.
wasn't
but you
great.
can kind of throw out the bird. It's one of his lower recovery actions as well.
Fair.
To aid your zoning and make it even cooler. All right, so moving on. This is my favorite buff for Eagle, I think.
Buff.
But we got some bird fling improvements. This move was just filled with issues that I wish I had caught back then. We corrected an issue where the game was not checking for the 3-kick input properly when pressing all 3-kick buttons manually, like on an arcade stick. So doing the bird fling on a pad with the shortcut 3-kick button felt great, but on stick it just didn't work most of the time. But that is fixed now. So if you're a stick user and an Eagle player, you're going to find getting these bird flings out if you use the 3-kicks manually to feel vastly more reliable, just so much more reliable. That's a nice change. There was another issue though. We fixed an input check, an issue where the input check after the bird fling could miss your button if you were too fast. So you do like bird fling and then attack, and you're like, oh, I got it. And then the game's just like, no, you were too fast. Your move's not coming out. And you never want to be punished for being too quick. So we fixed that as well. So you can see it's very easy to get these attacks out now and do your little,
Nice.
your little Magneto triangle dash stuff.
That's probably what was happening to me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
same.
come
I
out.
know that's
Pretty
happened to me. I
Easy to
just
do,
didn't know
feels
what it
so
was.
much better. And of course, you can do those off of his flip as well. So you can do like this flip and then dash in front of somebody, do an attack, like that kind of thing is pretty cool.
Oh god, yeah, that's great.
And he could always do that. It just felt unreliable to do it.
He could always
feels a
do
lot more
that.
reliable now.
I just
did it, like basically every time.
I'm just thinking like now TJ only has
Yeah,
like
yeah, you
4
just want
really
to
bad
see
matchups instead of like
we've vastly
12
increased
really
the
bad
fling
matchups.
distances on all of the non-down directions for bird fling.
I agree in the case of
and
Cinder
it's
as well.
going to be a lot
I
easier
do
to
think
move
though
fling to
that
move around the
Jago
screen and kind
does
of
a
use it
lot
to aid
more
your
against
zoning,
Cinder
right?
though.
So obviously the
It
down
used to be
ones are for
pretty
offense, or
5-5,
for
but now
trigger.
Jago fucks
You know,
Cinder
you're near
up. I
somebody,
think.
you do one of these, you go low, you do, jump over them and then come back and hit them, typical 8-way air dash stuff. But the other ones are really interesting. This back one sends you about this far. The forward one sends you
back
about
one
that
is
far.
fun.
And then let's check up back. You can go up here and shoot an arrow from an interesting angle, right? The up one goes up pretty high. You can shoot an arrow from up really high now.
That's so cool.
And of course the up forward
That's
one.
kind of cool.
Yeah, I like that.
And if you want to, you could probably do something like that and almost kick somebody from full screen. If you were so inclined. I almost made it.
Yeah.
But yeah, he can move quite a bit. The bird fling just feels a lot better. Just feels so much better to use, and I'm looking forward to seeing people kind of mix this into their movement and their zoning to cover new angles and just make the character feel a lot more threatening from a
Thanks for the
distance than
follow.
he used to. Since his lockdown is definitely a lot worse now that all of his pressure strings involving this have longer delay before the next loop and all that kind of stuff. And then lastly, we made an adjustment to his instinct mode. Eagle's instinct mode was widely recognized as the weakest in the
Yeah, it
game,
was so
and worse
shit.
than being the weakest, which would have been fine. It often feels like it gets in the player's way, which is really bad. So because some of his most oppressive lockdown has been weakened, we wanted to try to improve his instinct mode and make it worth using. So here's what we did. Peck now deals an additional 10 frames of hit stun, time to grounded opponents. This is Peck when the bird.
Hey,
attacks
that's
afterwards.
cool.
So you have a lot more time to attack again.
What the
Oh
fuck?
wow.
Peck is now going to launch airborne opponents into a juggle state. Like that.
Oh.
So it's a little easier to do something. So the standing
Okay.
hard kick always
That's
launches,
cool.
right? So
Yeah,
you have
that's
to have
really
Peck
cool.
on deck, and it's in the
I
right
actually like
spot.
that.
You can launch somebody.
Whoa,
up with that.
whoa,
And as
whoa.
a reminder, he can cash out juggles with this move.
Yeah.
And we've increased the hitbox size on Peck by 2x. It's much larger. So it basically almost never whiffs now. And it would happen a lot before, especially against a character as small as Shin Hisako, where the Peck would just not even touch her. She would just be crouch blocking and it would.
Oh yeah.
And you can see now that it definitely hits. You can definitely put the pressure on with this, which is very, very nice.
This looks way better. This looks
Silly
way more
bird
fun.
move, go bird.
And you can do,
Yeah.
There's gotta be some new Eagle mains out
Oh,
there.
I gotta come back and see if the instinct mix is working.
Okay.
Damn.
That's cool.
That's sick.
This just makes it's a useful instinct mode now. I'm not gonna say
He
it's like
has
the
an
top
instinct
instinct
now,
mode or
it's cool.
anything, but it's useful now. You'll actually want to use it and do some cool
Yeah.
stuff with it, which is awesome.
I imagine with like Kling and Peck and everything, you probably have some more stuff that you can do, and that's like fun. And also just doing buttons. It seems
And of
just
course-
better to like walk down. Yeah.
Yeah, it comes out when you jump too, so you can jump over people and do something like that. And because the hit stun's longer, you might actually get a combo off of it now, whereas before
Wait,
it was actually
what?
pretty hard to do.
Yeah.
So
I'm
that's
gonna
what-
always
That's
do
scary.
that.
Oh.
I think
That's
overall,
scary.
Eagle's probably a bit better
could
than
always
before,
do
but
that.
less of a nightmare to fight against. Because
Yeah,
he's
I mean,
Eagle is
using
buff,
his
yes.
game plan more and less like
That's good.
pin you in the corner with
That's
like,
fine.
arrows and
I
everything.
feel like he's a little
Yeah,
less
yeah, he was
polarizing,
really,
though.
like,
You know what I
when he
mean?
was going
Mhm.
Either
Yeah.
he
it was,
hits
like,
on
really
certain
vulnerable
characters,
time.
or he
It's
just
like,
gets
alright,
shit
but
on,
this
and
looks
that's
like
why I
more
don't think he's
the
very
power
good.
shifted, right?
But I think that
It's
these
like,
things help.
It's got access to strong tools.
I'm
It's
sad
just
that my mid-screen mix is completely gone, but
I
whatever.
do Screech, and then
The
I
rest is
just
really
throw
cool.
his hands up in the air when
Such
Thunder
a-
gets picked.
He kind of did one thing really well before, and now it's
I think
like-
Thunder shits on him.
So he just has like
And that's it. That's
He
that's the
seems-
balance changes.
that's fair. Like I guess he has more
It's
fun
still,
stuff to do now.
Make the characters
He can
more
play,
interesting and
do
less
more fun
degenerate,
shit.
because, you know,
I think
we
they're
like
still
degenerate
gonna
stuff in KI,
talk
but
about
like
a bunch of shit.
you
still.
don't want it to be like this is
Hopefully.
something I do.
Well,
It's
that's
something
the
good.
balance patch, guys.
So,
What do you
yeah,
think?
I think it's
No.
great.
makes a lot
Yeah,
of
hopefully.
sense.
Yeah.
players
I've been thinking about. I've been kind of quiet this whole time because I've been thinking about all the matchup stuff that every time they explain it how it works with TJ, and it makes a lot of his bad matchups or matchups that were a little tough much better. Especially like Fulgor and Glacius, like being able to punish his puddle punch with heavy punch now, since it has more recovery.
Less frustrating fighting.
Because I can negate the armor. I used to do like a medium punch, and then he would have time to interrupt the target combo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not anymore. I could just do heavy punch because I actually have time to do it and go through the armor and do a full punish.
I just also thought of it a situation for you, Double. Let's say, for
Yeah, I
example,
imagine
that
the power
Rash,
level of those
that was from
characters
Rash nerf.
feels
Rash does Wrecking
much
Ball,
more
you can react Shadow Recap.
and so, like,
Exactly.
It's a special priority.
And I can actually react to like his fucking wrecking ball with a roll and get out of the fucking corner. Get out of there.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's fucked. And if he whiff punishes, back fist.
I can say that
looking
for
forward to
KI
testing out on your stream
anniversary,
for this.
I'm gonna
Well,
play
it's funny, I don't know
Thunder
if it's
and
like a
Rash.
change necessarily, but I'm actually really
I kind of want to try a new character along with
That's what I'm
TJ.
playing.
He looks way more of a character
playing
that I would
Thunder
like
and
to
Rash.
play.
I'm gonna find out who I like. Maybe Orchid.
Jago and Orchid are tons of fun.
I think Orchid looks
is
so
probably
fun.
gonna be like
Did
the
like
most
shallow blade dash
character with
into
all those
laser.
changes.
Yeah, that makes
It's like
sense.
playing Morgan Fireball loops. It's
Yeah,
pretty-
I think the only thing that worries me
Like,
about
yeah,
this
I
patch
saw
is
that, I
probably
was
the
like, okay, I
changes
can
to
mess
Fulgore. That has potential to like have a lot of
Yeah.
bugs.
Well, like we told
Fulgore
you
is going to
guys at the
seem
top of the show,
ridiculous at
Steve has
first until
access
you
to
can
this build.
optimize his new weaknesses
He's
for
going
sure.
to be
No, I mean
going live
just
on the
like
stream right when we
that
shut
is
down
like
this
it's
stream.
a
He's gonna
it's a
be able to
risky
test some stuff out in
change
the training mode,
regarding
show you
like new
guys,
bugs coming out
hopefully a
that
better
are
frame rate
Because
than
it's a
I've been able to
lot.
broadcast.
yeah that's significant.
Oh, like bullshit Nate bug shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like Fulgore's already got some really fucked up shit.
I might
Like
even show up and play
you
some
can
matches against
cancel
them. We'll see how it goes.
you can pip cancel things into counter breakers like full screen. It's really
That's it.
weird.
Steve, thank
So,
you
like,
so much
this
for
is
coming
gonna
and
be
helping
very
out with this.
interesting.
Let's bring James back on and do some closing information. James, welcome back.
Closing information.
Hey, I'm so glad I was off camera that whole time. I was like,
I was farting like crazy in my room.
Yeah.
I don't. You guys couldn't hear me.
So many mistakes. I feel so
See me.
embarrassed.
Oh man, well at least you didn't
Announces
stutter
it
like I
anyway.
did earlier, tongue-tied on a few simple ones. But hey, I also been watching the chat, and I will just say that I want to answer every single thing, but when there's this many thousands of people in there, it's just impossible. So this gave me a chance.
I'm
to
happy
slow down
still.
for the end here.
Yes,
So
I
let's
am.
talk about,
The reserved
let's just
changes, they
recap
didn't go
a few
crazy.
things. I want
Yeah.
everybody to remember that at the beginning of the show, we talked about the fact that we're consolidating the editions from the many down to just, oh, here we go. KI base game and anniversary edition. This will be on all three platforms. Steam is getting free to play. Existing owners of Steam get an automatic free upgrade to this. Anybody who owned KI Supreme Edition or KI Definitive Edition digitally, you automatically get an upgrade to this. And anybody who had any a la carte content, if you had just like one season, if you had a couple characters, don't worry, all that stuff is still unlocked in Anniversary Edition. You don't need to do anything. The only thing that we're doing that you need to remember is that we are retiring all of those previous editions and the a la carte option. So you only have these two options when you're done. So that means if you ever want to buy just one more character, or if you thought, you know, hey, I really want the KI Classics, you should go get Definitive Edition, or you could just buy one character right now. Or if you have Game Pass, you don't need to do anything. We're just going to replace the existing KI and Game Pass with this upgraded Anniversary Edition. So, you know, we're just trying to make it as simple and easy as possible. So, yeah, and it's Black Friday sale, so I think I saw that KI Definitive Edition is about $13-ish.
Yep,
on
$12.
all platforms. So,
$15.19.
yeah, it's a great
I hope
time
this
to buy
fixed
it.
the
You don't
issue
lose by
where
doing that. I mean,
people randomly can't like
all of the
have access to
accessories
characters in
you don't
Oh,
offline
yeah.
mode.
This comes out.
If you got friends or people in the FGC who've been wanting to give it a try, I mean, have them get
Yeah,
that
because it'll
version
be
quick.
it would just be a base like game thing, not like a DLC
There's
thing.
not like 12 editions.
The base game is much
Fuck.
faster now that it's all of the whole cast rotating every week. So
It's gonna be easy for you.
Friends who have been on the fence. Or
That's what I hope so.
Hey, once this comes out, they get to check out a character each week, and you get to play all the modes in there.
Ooh.
And that's the other thing that we do that's a little different. We let you go ranked, Shadow Lords, single player, whatever you want to do. You know, go for it. And oh, you may not know this one. Here's some secret sauce. If you play Shadow Lords in free-to-play mode, you actually get Jago unlocked permanently by simply completing the tutorial.
And Orchid.
And then
You
you
just
can
got
Orchid, you gotta.
You got to grind
Yeah, like
for it,
take
yeah.
it out of it, yeah.
Make a Shadow AI
big grind.
with your free Jago. And if you get halfway through progression in Shadow Lords, you get a free Orchid. So that's not, I don't think we really made that common knowledge. I mean, I think
That's
we hyped
cool.
it up back in 2016 when we launched the thing.
Yeah.
So that's the recap on a la carte and the modes. Let's talk about 86. Our friends at 86. They're doing their Black Friday event right now. I just looked at their countdown. I think there's 4 days left. They've brought back some of the shirts that were
That's so cool.
previously gone, like Riptor and Cinder. They sold out of. They've brought that back. They've done a refreshed design on Thunder, and they've also refreshed the design on
Undershirt
Glacius.
for me.
Check this out. I mean, I look like a beast now. It's great.
I can't see him. I want to see him.
You look so
I
cool.
love this shirt. It's blue. I'm
said,
I'm
"I look like a beast."
So, and there's
Oh,
one.
great.
more-
See this? Check this out, guys.
Also, something
Nice
new
shit.
that just went live during this.
James said, "I look like a beast." Damn, that shirt's fire.
That shirt is so cool.
That shit is ridiculous.
I can't wait to get my hands on it. And so yeah,
That's
that's it.
so
Looks
cool.
like he sees people who aren't KI gamers.
It's like he sees
All right, everybody.
MK players.
That concludes our show. The patch notes should be online very shortly, if not right now.
Ooh-wee.
So check the link in the chat or on our social media when that comes up. A big
Does that
special
mean
thanks
sound?
to Sajam for helping today, and to the entire secret NDA
Oh.
test group for helping us make this update as good as possible. They were truly wonderful to work with, and they got to experience, daily iteration builds, which I think was pretty cool for them as well. It was really fun to work with them. The teams at Xbox and Iron Galaxy sincerely hope you all enjoy exploring this new version of Killer Instinct. We want you to post your feedback and videos with the hashtag PlayKI wherever you post. And if you did a live reaction restream, toss us that link so we can check it out.
You got
we'll
it.
be watching all the awesome stuff you discover and matches you play.
Easy.
And be sure to join that after party stream on Sajam's channel, twitch.tv/Sajam, right after this. After the new version comes out, go play. Tell us what you think. Give it a little time.
I will.
We're really looking forward to hearing your feedback, and we'll be following it closely in case any additional
Yeah, thanks for the
adjustments
follow,
to the game
dude.
balance are needed. Okay, thanks for loving KI. Thanks
Oh
for
yeah,
being with us
can't wait to
today.
play this game for 10 more
That's it.
fucking
That's it.
years.
One more thing.
Unknown.
As soon as we know the release date, because we're
Yes.
in final testing right now,
Yes.
we will follow up. We'll hit you on social, and we will make sure you know.
Okay, cool, fair.
Yes.
All
Thanks
right.
for joining us.
I'll be
everybody.
listening.
We'll see
I'll
you on
listen to the
Sajam's
stream, but I gotta
Bye.
take this headset off. So
I'm gonna head out pretty much soon.
Yeah, me too.
I just want to say a couple things. Thanks guys for coming and hang out during this. Appreciate it. Made it way more fun. And hold on. But yeah, no, thank you guys for coming to hang out. It means a lot. And discussing it and making the stream fun. And everyone in the chat. I mean, really, this is gonna be great. I'm excited. I hope it's like sometime within this month that we get this game. Probably next month though, right?
Yeah, it's probably gonna be a minute or so.
Mhm.
Yeah. Regardless though,
But hey, that was a fantastic stream, Patch.
that was fun. That was so sick.
It was, yeah, that was rad.
Thinking about how awesome everything is gonna be for like me. I know TJ didn't get touched, but I think that's fine, especially with everything that we just saw. Man, you guys are fucked. I'm gonna say it. There's a lot. There's a lot of people who have certain characters that used to give me problems that they addressed. So
Yeah, I'm kind of. There's one thing that I'm glad about. I guess Cinder not getting a change is I don't have to learn anything crazy new about Cinder, but I do get to.
you get to learn how to do
some shit now.
learn how to punish people now
You know?
with certain like things that weren't punishable or able to do like shadow counter. You
Dude,
can do it now.
Heavy Fire Flash against Rash Wrecking Ball actually
Yeah,
works now.
you can actually DP Rash
Sick.
now.
go I
Holy
can DP
shit! That's
There's
crazy.
no armor on
There's
Air
no armor.
Wrecking Ball.
Now
That's
I
what I'm
can
saying.
DP that shit on reaction.
The thing that
Fucking
blows
no.
my goddamn mind about it is the fact that people are like, they saw the things that happened to Rash and they're like, that's it? Bro,
Who
I
said
don't
that?
think you understand. There was mad people in the fucking chat.
Yeah.
Like, that they don't understand. Like, they're like, that's all. Duel! Go yell at
Yeah.
him. Go yell at him. Go yell at him. He was in the chat and he was like, that's all, dude? Like, there's no way.
Oh,
Bro,
shut
the
the
things,
fuck
the
up, dude.
things that. Can you?
Hey, stop interrupting him. Chill out. Todd, can you chill out?
Sorry, bro.
Like fucking that character got so many changes and they're so fucking significant. So like if a character got one thing and then or they got one thing taken away from them and they go like that's it, that's a slap on the wrist. You have no idea how this entire patch is going to play out. Like a lot of people like what they need to do like anybody can have an early impression, but you really need to make sure you reserve your opinion because your impression right now, like 5 months down the line, when you look at things in the game, you're going to be like, yeah, I mean, like those changes actually made a huge difference to Rash, or like, oh, it changed matchups. At the end of the day, like character strength is about matchups. If you have like no bad matchups and lose to fucking nobody, you're the best character in the game, period. It's not a debate. It's not like perceived strength doesn't go beyond if matchups are like egregious. And I feel like the big thing with this patch is like a character like Spinal. He didn't get a lot of stuff. but like look how much the game changed around him. Like if you don't think that's gonna make a difference, like that's
exactly.
insane.
Yeah.
That's insane.
And plus, if like say for example, like they nerfed Fulgur like they did, and then they buffed TJ, it's just gonna make TJ stupid as fuck. And like it's just gonna be the same different. Like the game's gonna be like, oh, we got this one character that was really good. Now we have this other character that's really fucking dumb. So like characters that like Cinder, TJ, and whatnot, and Wolf, they already are good characters, really good characters.
They would have excelled if they got buffed.
They just exactly. They would have been too
exactly.
strong, and they were only quote unquote not as good was because everyone else was so fucking strong. But now everyone's normalized, or well, hope the best they could do with that, you know. So I think it's gonna be fun, you know.
It's gonna shake things up. I can't wait.
The
also
only
wanna say
thing I
I'm so
want
excited.
let me say one thing. The only one thing I think that was a little crazy is the counter hit damage on DP for Jago. That's it.
That
That's
was the first thing that
it.
popped off. That's crazy.
That's it. Just that. But that's it. Anyway, sorry I didn't mean to interrupt.
That is true. I mean, what I am excited about is because my character Rom, I'm more excited because like having to play like an Arya, that was like a really hard matchup in general for that kind of character. So it's like you just pick a different character, like you just can't fight against that. And now at least I can fight against the character if I chose to.
Yeah, and the
Yeah.
thing too, like characters that had struggles getting in, like Sadira for walk speed's good. Kim Woo had a hard time getting in. What's it called? Who else got movement?
Jago
Moose
got
Master
movement.
now.
Yeah, Jago could kind of get in now.
Sadira.
Thunder's changes are pretty nuts.
Kim Woo. Yeah, I think I'm actually gonna try Kim Woo. I think I'm gonna try Kim Woo actually. Thinking about it, because I already said to Sonic I want to try her out, and now that she looks better and more fun, I think I'm gonna try that. Yeah.
I want to look at his Sako.
Thunder, he got increased walk speed.
Mhm.
He got his like Samamish follow up pranks nerfed, so I cannot do pranks with that anymore. But in return, like he got more solid things because like I don't know, like my opinion about the entire like drop kick thing with Thunder is like it's not hard to deal with. It's like I could literally just go
Same.
into the lab and just be like, yo, you could literally just do this and not ever get mixed and avoid and all this stuff, et cetera, right?
Mhm.
You don't have to worry about it, but like it was aggravating to people, so they nerfed it, but that's how little I really cared about it. I was kind of like, I mean, if that's what you're gonna nerf, then whatever. But and then I don't know, like the increase on the crow thing is a big deal. It's like 5 less recovery frames, I think he said, and then he has like a 20% increase in walk speed, which is like more across the board with characters. So I think it was like Spinal, Jago, Kim, Sadira, Thunder are the characters I remember off the top of my head that got walk speed changes. And
And Shin though technically got a movement buff too because of the
yeah, she got a movement buff. I think like a lot of the things in the game that were nerfed when people are like, that's it, is like increasing walk speed on a character is scary, but it's only scary if somebody knows how to play footsies. If you're an idiot Glacius player, I'm scared of you because you're an idiot and you have cold shoulder that's forward advancing. If you're an idiot Fulgor, I think it's scary to have blade dash. I'm scared of fast walk speed on a good player. I'm afraid of the egregious like fuck neutral things on the other characters. So it's like that's a lot of the stuff that got nerfed in this patch, and like I like that a lot.
Yeah, I was gonna add to onto your thing too. Like it's like going off your example for like Thunder's walk speed. Like if someone can play that kind of character, very well, like the tick grab setups that someone good can come up with that and utilize like his movement would be really crazy.
Yeah, I mean, like he is the kind of character, along with like Jago, who's another character I really like to play. They both have standing heavy punches, they both have standing heavy punches that will like hit somebody and like they have large cancel windows, so it is actually possible for you to hit confirm. Thunder's is more of like a buffer it while you're throwing it thing. But Jago's is like very much like, everybody knows like Jago's standing heavy punch, overhead, like you could hit confirm those 100% one hit confirm. And like those kind of things, like belonging on those characters is fine. Rash, like his neutral is still strong, but the problem is you just have to play it.
You have to actually play it now.
You have to
Can't
play
skip-
the
you can't
fucking
skip it. You
neutral.
can't skip it now.
You can't just do like jump back wrecking ball nonsense and play every matchup that way. And in that sense, like people say that Rash is, or I saw two people, Knight/Animenti on Twitter, say that they think that Idol is the biggest loser of this patch, and I don't agree with that at all, because I think a character not having to play every matchup the same way the entire fucking game's life is a way bigger L. You literally got to play every matchup the same before.
A big thing about Idol, like the changes that happened to him not being as crazy as Rash, is Warrior Body is the exact same character.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, only Mage got
Exact
hit.
same character. Because
Warrior did not
Mage
make
was just
changes.
doing warrior shit also for no reason.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah,
well,
so I have
I actually have to go, but I want to hear what you have to say first. I want to hear what you have to say first, Ovis.
So yeah, stomp loops were fucking stupid. Heavy stomp being +3 on block, stupid. Didn't need it. It pushes you back. You're plus. It being -6 while still pushing you back means that a lot of characters still aren't going to be able to contest it well, and it might actually let him get whiff punishes, where people who knew it was +3 would just sit there and maybe do nothing. So
True.
I
They'll
think
have to challenge it
it's
now.
really and changing Shadow Bolt from being it used to be fully invuln on frame 2 and then to frame 9, I think. There were a lot of times where you would just like eat a projectile because it would hit you on the same frame that the first hit of Shadow Bolt comes out. And so the whole thing would just get canceled out and you feel like you wasted meter. So now it's projectile invuln until frame 14. So it's going to beat projectiles clean, which is what you should really be using it for anyway. I don't think you should really be using
As
it
a
as
wake
like
up.
reversal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because it in its current state it loses to a true meaty. So as long as someone times it right, you get fucked. So now I think it's more matching what they want it to be, which is I want to clear every single projectile off the screen like I'm playing a shmup and I just activated a bomb. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's a good change.
Yeah.
And I'm of the mind, like people who've seen me play Idol, I don't punch myself much. I think it's a pretty shit tool to try to force yourself into a body rather than trying to make use of whatever
What you
at the
have
time.
now.
Like that's the point of the character. You're supposed to embrace the change. And so now they're saying, yeah, you need to do that. So I'm feeling a little vindicated by that.
Well,
It was
guys,
way too easy
I want to
to
just thank
change
you guys
things.
one more time. I love you guys, and let's play some games soon, and let's all meet up again when the patch drops and play.
For sure.
Have a good one, guys. See ya.
Later, Devil.
All right, chat room. Let's go ahead and raid Sajam. And remember what I said. I want to play games with all y'all in the chat. So if you guys are into this game and want to play, hey, come through. And by the way, thanks for the raid, Jim, and everyone else who followed. Thank you for the new follows as well. Appreciate that. When this thing drops, we are going to play the fuck out of it.